Alright, I think we're getting ready to get so let's do it. Hello, it is I, Shino the Penguin. Welcome to another version of Umamusume Saturday. We are going to be doing... I hope I figured out what we're doing in the new scenario, but I'm going to try and start prepping for the CM. I think we still have a bit of time before it gets going, but now that I actually have an idea of what I'm doing, now that I've actually gotten all the trophies in the Breeders' Cup, I think now I can actually focus on two things really. One is actually more just building up my Teen Trials team again, but I think it also might be nice just to kind of also, why did I get a notification for that? Yeah, it might be also kind of nice just to go, start looking into kind of the more serious stuff and actually start trying to build more better Umas for that. Also, I apologize if I'm very low energy today. I stayed up until 6 a.m. watching baseball, so I am very tired. So forgive me for my lack of energy, but I feel like today's maybe might be a shorter stream than yesterday. Yesterday went for quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, today's probably going to be a much shorter stream. We'll play it by ear though, and we'll see how it goes. But well, other than that, I guess we'll just kind of get into it. I'll talk about kind of what I've been doing in terms of the research, and then we can kind of go into sort of the things from there. But without further ado, we shall get started. So, with regards to the CM, what I've been seeing is that frontrunners are absolutely a no-go. The main characters that have been recommended are kind of the main suspects. Actually, you know what? Before we even play the game, let me show y'all just a little bit of what I've been kind of looking at. Let me actually just move this over. Let me move this over. Zooming in for that so y'all can see that. And let me switch over to my desktop real quick. Okay. Yeah, so you see here, this is kind of the tier list for the current CM, for the upcoming CM. This is really as far as I can zoom in. Okay, well that's unfortunate. But you can see usual suspects, right? You have Orphe, you have Chronogenesis, Gentle Donna, Almondai is a new addition, but that's, of course, that makes sense. Then you have some other characters kind of in the trailing. But what I've noticed is that the trend now is that because of the new Zenkai Spurt mechanic, it seems that debuffers are actually maybe very viable. So that's also another consideration that I've been kind of looking into. Is like, do I want to build a debuffer? It's been a long ass time since I built any sort of debuffer, so if we're going to go that route, I'm going to have to do a lot more research into what's changed since I've last built it, like what characters, what support cards to use. I think for characters, I'm probably going to go with nature if I'm going to do a debuffer, but I don't really know if I want to go that route yet. I'm still like looking into it. I think right now I've pretty much confirmed I'm going to bring Jungle Bucket over. Gotta bring Bucket, a favorite character. I think I might bring Almondai. I do like Almondai. I think she's probably the most, out of the kind of characters here that are in that S+ rank, I think she's my favorite, so, you know, might want to bring her. And then maybe one of the other characters here, so like a Wind Variation. I pulled this Gold City with the selector ticket from the anniversary, so I was able to get this one. Maybe Oguri Cap, maybe even Kiseki if we really want to go the Great Escape route. But I'm not sure exactly confirmed yet, but we will see. But for now, I think I'm going to stick with Jungle Bucket. That's definitely one that I'm going to go with, and then most likely Almondai, and then one of these two, I think. And then we'll see if I want to play by ear, if we want to go with the debuffer option, but I'm still a little bit iffy on whether that's actually going to be viable, but time will tell. Hey, nice mail, good seeing you. Hope you're having a good one. Apologize if I'm really low energy. I stayed up until 6 a.m. watching baseball, so I am probably gonna be a little bit more chill than usual, even more so, but I've already started prepping for, I guess, like support cards to bring and the parents to inherit. So I did that right before the stream started. So like if we're looking at somebody like a Jungle Pocket, right? It's just like I think Stego and Neo Universe were the two I think were probably most recommended for parents. It's surprising to me that the Air Groove speed card is actually turning out to be one of the best speed cards in the game. I think it's because of the new scenario, but it is kind of crazy seeing how it's so widely recommended compared to Almond Eye. But we do have that. I don't have her fully limit broken. I am really close to getting a crystal. Just 2 more pieces, and then I can probably use it for that. Unfortunately, I didn't get as lucky with my pulls, so I had to use both of my pities on Forever Young, because that's obviously, I think, the most important right now. Forever Young is by far one of the best support cards, so definitely had to use it on her. And then I got kind of lucky with Casino Drive. I got a few copies of her, but I kind of wish I got Forever Young instead, but tis what tis, you know, that's okay. So we'll go with that, and then so I don't have to borrow her, which is good. So I'm free to borrow whatever the hell I want, which is, in this case, this Neo Universe card, which is recommended. And then in terms of the other speed cards, I mean, we're building for a mid or a medium. We're building a between or medium, right? So I mean, Atavu is definitely very good here, and then I think Shakur is still fine with that. Finished building my Ace Almond Eye with the 353, but somehow it's still US 2. I mean, that's still pretty good. I haven't even gotten to the I haven't even gotten a US run yet still. Like, I've gotten, the highest I've gotten so far was a UA 9. The runs have been pretty decent so far, I'd say. Like, I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit of a grasp. I think the main thing I'm learning is you really do want to try and get as much rank as possible so that you can get the points, so that you can get like an 858 or a 5588 if you really want to. But there is a guide that I've been kind of referring to, and I feel like it's been pretty good, working out pretty well for me so far. So it's been kind of still experimental, but I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a hang of it. But otherwise, for the other strategies, right, because like Almond Eye is the pace here, so bringing Teo, of course, because I did get a copy of Teo, but of course, you know, 0 LB compared to max LB, definitely not comparable. So if I'm gonna borrow her, I'm gonna borrow her, and then I have Fine Motion here as well as kind of the difference maker. And then I should change this, for the end closer, I've been told that the Gold Ship support, Gold Ship Stamina, the one from the Christmas event, is actually pretty much required. So I don't have a parent for that, but I just before the stream started, I did find some, oh, there it is. I did find somebody that did have it. So I have that. So this is probably what it's going to look like. Unfortunately, that means I have to use Tama instead of like a Neo Universe, which was more recommended. But we can't have everything unless you're a whale, so, you know, you gotta compromise somewhere. But for now, I think I'm gonna we'll start off with Jungle Bucket. Actually, before we even start, let me show off what I've gotten so far. I haven't done that many runs. I've been kind of focused on, what's the word? Trying to get all the trophies from the Breeders' Cup. So I did that. I used Urara, I used Transcend, because you gotta get all the dirt trophies and stuff. But otherwise, I've been kind of grinding out with Ines, because the event that happened, this event that just happened, I was really trying to grind out for Ines so I can get a high ranking for this. And this is one of the benefits of having a favorite character that isn't that popular, because the rankings weren't that competitive. Like, I didn't actually do that well. Unfortunately, I got a really good Ines that just barely finished finished right after the event ended, so I wasn't able to record it here. So you see the one I have here is UA4, but I have a UA9 that's way better. But yeah, I mean, I still got, what, 21st place, so thank goodness for having a favorite character that one of the benefits of, one of the few times that it's nice to have a character that isn't very popular. But that's kind of what I was really kind of grinding out for the past few days, just kind of getting a good Ines. So you saw that I had the UA9 Ines. That was pretty good, I'd say. This is probably my best so far. Really close to getting to that US, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. It's just it's just pretty much maxing out all the stats, right? And just making sure that the whatever your, not tertiary, whatever your kind of the last stat, whether it be guts or stamina, has to be like kind of right at that 1200 mark. By the way, that ace was on my free-to-play, so I got really lucky. Damn, okay. Hold on, let me take a looky at what you got here. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty... See, that's the thing, right? It's like, I'm looking... Pull up the Inus right now. I mean, okay, it makes sense, because it's like, yeah, 1500, 1400. If these ended up being like 100 plus more, I feel like that... Or, wait, no, that's not the right one. What am I doing? That's not the right Inus. This one. Like, yeah, you look at this, and it's like... The difference between this one and the one you have is very minimum. Very minimal. Like, it's just like... I didn't max out on stamina or power, but otherwise it's pretty much the same, like, in terms of rating, so I'm kind of surprised. It really is, like, a minute difference. I think it's also the skills, maybe, so that makes sense, but yeah, it really is just maxing out everything and hoping for the best. Hey, Kyuchi, what's up? How's it going? It's good. I'm tired. I stayed up until 6, watching a baseball game. Speaking of, hey Gabe, what's up? Japan versus Korea game was crazy. Yeah, I stayed up watching that. Honestly, Korea did pretty well for how their team was. You know, I think the biggest thing was the pitching staff is just still so... Compared to Japan, I mean, Japan had all these pitchers that can throw like 90, like high 90s. Meanwhile, Korea still is lacking in the pitching department. Like, you saw the relievers could barely throw like in the mid 90s, like low mid 90s, and it's just like... Yeah, it's a problem. It's always been kind of a... It's been a recent problem, right? It's like Korea can't develop pitchers. Their hitting is really good, but like the pitching side is... Yeah, it was brutal. Like all the walks and stuff, and the lack of control, and the home runs that they gave up. But I mean, honestly, I was pretty impressed with how they played. You know, it's like they got some good hits. They came back from all the deficits that they from before. So I'm hopeful that they can at least win the other 2 games against Australia and Taiwan, and then hopefully make it to the knockouts, and then I guess we'll see, but that's really my expectation. It's like the World Cup, right? It's like my expectation is really just get them out of the group stages, and then whatever happens in the knockout, you know, that'd be cool, but I'm not expecting too much after that. But yeah, wish I had the Fenno Stam. I wish I had a lot of cards. There's a lot of cards that are kind of very specialized that I don't have, but it's just like you kind of just have to accept that you're not gonna have all the cards. You just kind of have to have like I guess the key ones, like an Almond Eye, Speed, or like the Forever Young Wit cards. Like those are the essential cards you absolutely need, and then you can just borrow anything as needed. Yeah, skills did a lot. Yeah, no, I think it really is. It really does come down to skills also. It's like that's why also you kind of want to focus on getting as many skill points as possible. But yeah, it's really just fine details at that point. But I'm sure I'll get to US eventually. Like I said, it's just getting lucky with all the runs there. Honestly, thought Korea had it. I think they can make it to the quarterfinal. I hope so too. I think, yeah, the quarterfinals is a knockout, right? So we'll see what happens after that. But yeah. So again, I mentioned it earlier, but I apologize if I'm very low energy because I stayed up until 6 and I did not get that much sleep. So I don't know how long of this. This is definitely not gonna be like yesterday with like a 6-hour stream. I don't think we're gonna go that long, but I think we'll at least get initial runs with the kind of how this works, and then we'll kind of play it by ear. So we'll start with Jungle Bucket, because I think I'm definitely bringing her for the CM, and then I have other characters I mentioned earlier, like maybe Island Gold City, maybe Almond Eye. I mean, Almond Eye, like the meta characters are kind of the usual suspects, right? Orphe, Gentle Donna, Chronogenesis. Almond Eye was also up there as well, so it's like, yeah, maybe I might bring her as well. Because I do like Almond Eye, and it's like it's my whole thing of like bringing a combination of like favorite characters and also like kind of decently meta. Because if it was just favorite characters, I'd bring Inez, but that's a horrible idea considering that I think frontrunners for the CM is just absolutely a terrible idea unless you're bringing somebody like a Twin Turbo or like a Kiseki, like a Great Escape kind of character. So I don't really know if I want to do that. The trainer event, I managed to get 370 place, 5th place with Summer Cheval. Nice. I assume like Shuval is definitely going to be much more stiffer competition. Like with Ines, I was lucky in the fact that, you know, I mentioned earlier, like she's not a popular character, so there wasn't that much competition. I got 21st place with her, despite the fact that I only got like a UA4. So one of the benefits of that. Also go to run in Virginia. Oh, let's take a looky. Holy moly, US8. Okay, no, that makes more sense though, because like you maxed out on the width there. And then, yeah, maxed out on stamina, it looks like, and then power is pretty close. Yeah, no, okay, that checks out. Kind of just sitting in the waiting room in Global, doing the bare minimum to stay in the club, and then playing Slay the Spire 2. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, Global's kind of in a weird, I don't know, because right now, actually the CM is happening right now, so I guess I could do that also, kind of show off some CM. I've been doing decently well in the CM. I got 65% win rate in the first day, so hopefully that keeps up. My Taiki has been absolutely carrying the team, which is funny considering that's one that I built before, which way back then. This is something that I built even before CM prep, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, that and then after that, it's gonna be like, then it's gonna be Track Blazer, and then I'm not looking forward to Track Blazer. I think I said this before, but I think I'm probably gonna be a bit more casual when Track Blazer comes out, because I don't want to be too grindy with having to do 1 hour runs, because it was not fun in the JP experience. I do not want to relive that, so I'm gonna try and do the bare minimum. Luckily, I'm in a club where I'm in a very casual club, so it's not like I have a fan requirement or anything, so we will see about that. And funny you mentioned Slay the Spire, because I actually have the original game of that. I still have not played it though. It's one of the games I have in my backlog, but it's definitely something I'm interested in, so maybe I might dust it off and give it a shot. I've been kind of more focused on Hades right now. That's been my kind of addiction as of late. Been really grinding out on that. But yeah, it's a fun game as well. Very good stats, Dread. Yes, very good indeed. Hold on. Let me actually start. Rather than just sitting here, let's actually start, and then I can continue practicing my playing game while talking, distractedly. I could have gotten top 100 if I trained normal Shuval, especially since there's a lot of pace medium skills from my cards. Probably, and also I think Swimsuit Shuval is a little bit more meta, so that might have played a big role into it. I don't know what the competition would look like compared. I do find it kind of funny that there is separate competitions for like different versions of characters, but I guess that makes sense because it's like each version of a character is slightly different, so pretty much just like a different whole new character in it of self. So but what am I doing? BC Turf. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I actually did like the way they did it this time around with the whole, like, oh, compete against other trainers and get like a... Because it really actually motivated me to actually start to keep playing so that I can rank in like the top whatever rankings. And now I got... Yeah, it's like, there you go. Now I got my 21st place ranking. Now it shows that I'm the 21st... number 21 fan of Ines, apparently. I do wonder what it would have been like if I'd done like her swimsuit, or not swimsuit, Valentine's version, or like her island version, because I just used her normal version, which is the least meta of the three, but I do wonder what it would have changed if I did the other, like how competitive that would have been. Hopefully Global pushes a lot of the QLL to make the Track Blazer a better experience. I hope so too. Oh wow, we already got the day event, nice. I hope so too. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, because like I know they definitely... What was some of the stuff they did? They did the with the store. I remember initially it was just you purchase stuff one at a time, which was a pain in the butt. I don't know if they're immediately going to change that, so it's like, oh, you can you know, select item. You can select multiple items and then buy it. Something that apparently Gaku and Master, which is a very weird tangent, but they still don't have anything like that. You have to purchase stuff one at a time. I don't understand why they haven't fixed that yet. Also, one thing. So with this, one thing that I've been doing is that I've actually been focusing on getting the physical up first. What I've noticed, or what I've been reading on the guides, is that if you have good support cards, if you have like meta support cards like ones that are very, very, what do you say, like fully limit broken, good meta support cards. Like generally, it might be, it's better to do focus on the physical rather than the pink ones. And I found that it's given me better results as well. Although it is kind of a high risk, bit of a high risk, high reward one. But so like if you don't have as good support cards, probably go with the pink one instead. But as somebody who does have pretty good support cards, I found that I think that's a better strategy anyway. Skipping to the end of events would be huge. Yeah, no, that would be good. I think I don't remember. I think the biggest pain point, the reason why that scenario does take a long time is really just because you have to do so many races, and like this is still a thing in JP, right? It's just like they don't really have like a quick skip to do races. You still have to go into the race, you have to actually select the race, go into the screen, wait for it to load, then you have to sim it, wait for that, and then it's like a whole process. And they still don't have like a quick skip way of doing like immediately getting to the end result of that, which I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that yet. If they did something like that, I feel like Track Blazer would be a whole hell of a lot of less time to go through, because then you can just skip through races so easily. Then again, now in JP, it's like it's not even necessary, because I mean this obviously the newest scenario is way better, but food for thought. I don't know. I've always thought it kind of funny. By the way, for this scenario, air groove speed LB2 is as strong as a Almond Eye MLB, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean it is kind of amazing. I mentioned it earlier that how the air groove speed card is with this scenario suddenly become the most strongest speed card in the game, which is kind of crazy to think about, because it's like Almond Eye was looked at by far as like, oh yeah, this is the speed card that you need to bring, but now it's like now it's an afterthought. It's like, yeah, it's like now you gotta bring the air groove one, and then maybe you can bring that one if there isn't like a specialized one. And they say it's mediocre when it was released. That's why I don't trust anybody who says that, oh, this is probably gonna be very specialized, don't pull for this, and then here you go, and it turns out to be the card that everybody needs to pull. So I got really lucky when I did get because I think I don't remember. I think at that time wasn't there free pulls that were going on, so I did get pretty lucky with some of the pulls there. And I was actually more focused on trying to get the Almond Eye, or not the Almond Eye, the Fine Motion card, because I thought that one was going to be a lot more viable for the future. I mean, it still is, but I feel like that one's more generalized for pace rather than like all strategies. So I don't really think that one's as useful. But it is kind of crazy how that ended up. Thank goodness I pulled for her. Yeah, no, seriously, I'm really lucky that I pretty much have her MLB at this point. Really a big boon. Okay. The other thing that oh man, this is risky. Sure. Oh, thank God. Okay, I was gonna say the other thing that I'm focusing on. Oh wait, I can do a date event. What am I doing? I guess I'll do that now. The other thing that I try to focus on in these early like pre-debut turns is I try to get at least like one of the characters to rainbow training, because you saw with the dreams that if you can get them to rainbow training, it really gets their stats up pretty quickly. So definitely. Oh shit! I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, I should have done. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Oh god, we got 50-50 here. We'll see. I'll give it a thought. I'll catch a bunch of it and I'll give it a thought. Also, I got Fine Motion Power, and it's also very good too. Yeah, it's the power card for pace especially, so it's very nice to have that as well. That whole gacha during the New Year's ended up being like having two cards that were very viable, which is kind of funny in hindsight. I got no SSR from those free pulls during New Year's, but my luck came back 5th anniversary, 400 pulls, and 3 Yonko and 3 Casino Drive. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I mean, I don't remember how many pulls we got during that New Year's, but it definitely wasn't 120. I think it was like, what, 80, 60, 70, something around that range. So definitely not as, I think it was 80 pulls. But yeah, you need a lot more if you want to do any sort of kind of pity, which I think I was able to do anyway. So yeah, that was pretty good. Fine Motion and Neo Universe is in the S tier and Tama is in A tier is crazy. Yeah, that's how this game works. You know, you release a new scenario and then all of a sudden thank goodness, all of a sudden, you know, the meta changes. That's how the game works. Thankfully, they gave us all the free polls for the meta not Fine Motion, for the meta Yonko, so at least most of us were able to get some copies of that. Although that one, you really do need that to be fully limit broken, so that one was kind of a little bit of unfortunate circumstance, but hey, at least I was able to get that going. And at least you only need one copy of Casino Drive, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright. So now, let me see. Okay, wow, I need to... You know what? I was too focused on trying to get the, Actually, no, that's fine. I was too focused on trying to get one of the characters to Friendship Rainbow that I wasn't really focused on actually getting the, them to rank up. Which now I should probably focus on, because that is, I think, also really important. Because then because the number of times you rank up the character correlates to the number of points you end up getting here. So you really do want to try and get them to high rank so that then you can get as many of the scenarios, as many of the stuff as possible. Kebab, 4th. Hey, what's up? Thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, welcome. Just doing some Umamusus. And especially for like the first, like, kind of like first few turns here, like with the junior year and the classic year, really focus on speed because it gives you a lot more skill points than the other trainings. And I feel like with the other trainings, it's not as developed as speed. So that's why I usually just go for speed. And then during like the senior years, usually when I catch up with some of the other stats. One run I was able to get 868. It was a really lucky run. Jeez, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, no, that just really requires you to get a lot of. You pretty much need to get them like UF, UE at that point. It's crazy. Okay, holy moly. Hey, Chaos Set, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness, 82 views. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Just playing some Umamusume. Just trying to build for the upcoming CM, which is not even soon, but eventually, maybe someday. But yeah, welcome. If you have to raid and run, you know, very understandable. But stick around. We'll be doing some runs and hopefully getting some good Umas out of this. What am I doing? I'm just trying to catch up on this stuff. Hello, just doing Breeders' Cup for Trainers Medal. Understandable. Yeah, just gotta get all the trophies and catch up on stuff. Newt, big raid. Newt, indeed. Gotta keep up the penguin stuff for sure. You know, it's my brand. Oof, this is big oof. I might want to get Neo Universe up here. Love your model. Thank you. Yeah, it's not totally custom, but it was custom enough. So it's like, yeah, you know, get some good decorations in place. It's a nice kind of bargain, not having to spend too much on stuff. That Chikorita looks like she's about to fly away. Yeah, that Chikorita really spinning there. With a helicopter. Gonna grab some dinner. Good luck with your Uma run. See you around. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Thanks for the raid, and yeah, hope to catch you in the next one. Yeah, and thanks for the follow as well, and also Fluffbean, thank you for your follow. Sorry, I've been. Sorry, I'm also very tired because like I stayed up until 6 a.m. watching baseball, so I am just even more low energy than I usually am. So, that's something I feel like I have to mention because I'm just like, what am I doing? I don't know, but let me get a date event going. You have been blessed by our unicorn queen because you're cute. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. try my best. Try my best. Yeah. Also, thank you for the follow as well, Allison Starless. Jeez, okay, wow, that's what a day, what a day. Oh, do I go? I think I go for this and then go for the dreams. I know there's no benefit from doing the dreams. There's no benefit to doing the dreams and then getting like all 3 of these done. There is a benefit from doing this though. Okay, I thought I was gonna fail that for a second. Anyways, that 868 run, almost every training was a double, and sometimes a triple stats didn't look too bad, and ended with 80 200 scope point. Jesus Christ, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I think the closest, I mean, I got an 858 a few times, but yeah, that's actually freaking insane. But I don't really know. That's the thing though, it's like I don't really know if I want to go too deep into getting an 868 because I feel like that's going a little bit too far into trying to get these characters like leveled up. And I want to focus on, I don't know, the stats. Like that's honestly the biggest thing, so not to discourage that or anything, but it is kind of just like it's a balancing act between you want to get, I think, like a 858, like enough to get to that point, but you don't want to get too many. Like you want to focus on still getting, you want to still try and get like a good Uma at the end of the day, because that's the biggest thing, right? You want to try and get like the best of your trainee. But by the way, I gotta ask, how do you manage recreations? Because that's the only thing holding me back on getting LG. Recreations, so I know there's guides that say that you want to try and use them up as quick as possible. I think usually it just kind of works out that, you know, when I have low energy, like in this case, like I usually try and go for a recreation. I don't try and force it. Like I don't try and like I don't have like a set deadline of I need to have 4 done by senior year, right? Because it's like at that point it's just like you're really just kind of forcing it. But you do definitely, I think, want to get it done by the time like your senior year rolls around. So like right around kind of like the March or April senior year is kind of when you really should have all of those already done. So it's kind of like a lot of things in this scenario. It's just you gotta kind of play it by ear, and then hopefully all kind of works out. Oh, my dreams. Oh no. Also, another thing to consider is the bar here. Like if you're full on, like in this case here, like this would be a good time probably to do a recreation, because then you can fill up a lot of the bars here. If you're pretty close to filling these up, or if they're pretty much all full, it's probably not a good time to do that, because then you won't get the benefit of getting all the kind of recreation, I guess, whatchamacallits from that. So probably not the best time to do that. But if you're low on energy, then you're low on energy, so you can't really do that. So it's very case by case, you know. For individuals rank, I got a US Ebion. Oh my goodness. I think the highest I've gotten was like a UD. So I've not been focused. I honestly, it kind of bothers me if like one character is way below another. So I kind of try to keep them a little bit balanced. But not, I don't take that too much into consideration, but it's just like, yeah, it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, like if like one is like, if 2 of them are like B and one of them is at D, then I'm like, oh, that just kind of bothers me a little bit. But not that that's really that important at the end of the day. The thing that helped me was Yanko always just appearing with training with someone else. I never recreation if I cap on the dream bar, or I use it to catch up on my lower level guys. Yeah, that's basically kind of the other thing too, is like catching up on the lower level ones, because I think it does automatically catch up on the lower ones. So it's kind of nice if you want to try and catch some of the lower level ones up to get them up to speed. But all very case dependent at the end of the day, like a lot of things in this scenario. Dreams. Do I have enough? Oh, I don't think I have enough to do I have 20? I have 18. Trying to remember what's the next one that I need to do. I have an image that I refer to. I should have that pulled up somewhere. Here we go. Hold on a minute. Let me 1 second, let me, just so I don't, just in case, let me pull up my image real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Screenshots, images, gallery. Have that there. There we go. Okay, I got that going. Okay. Right. Okay, this is 415. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, makes sense. Checks out. 415. Okay. But yeah. And then 455, I think, is hopefully what I should be able to get to next. Which I should be able to. I should be able to get to 20 points by the time this is all done. So, let me... Decisions. Rainbow Training or this one? This one. Martial Lorraine is pretty cute. Yeah, I think out of all the new characters that got introduced, I really like her. I'm a little bit, but I think Rulership is honestly my favorite just because of how much of a girl failure she is, and the gap between her competitive nature and her fragile ego. But Martial Lorraine is also somebody I'm really kind of interested in and am really looking forward to. By the way, I don't remember who asked, but I remember somebody was curious about her strategy. When I was doing the I think it was the Urara run? No, it was the Transcend one. I did Distaff, which I think is the race that Martial Lorraine does. So I was able to see that she is a late surger. I'm not sure of her actual like distribution of stats, so she might also be a pace chaser for all we know. But it looked like she was focused as a late surger. So if anybody's interested in that information, that's, I guess, something to know. We'll do that one. By the way, Maya is guaranteed sharp and 500 weight as long as you get the sharp event with any of the outfits. Oh, okay. That's interesting to know. Okay, so I mean that makes sense. That's the reason why I think everybody uses Maya if they want to get like the LG rankings and whatever. I mean, I do have her. I did recently get her rock costume, the one with the cat ears. So that one was that one might be useful in the future for like a long race. Ooh. I think this is a good. Well, yeah, no, this is a good date event time. I think my problem is not getting SP, but the fact that I run out of skills to buy, so I consider going 588 sometimes. Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's just like it also depends on like kind of like how many, like a lot of the new gold cards that come out have 2 gold skills, so it's like you really just need a lot of skill points to get all the ones that you need. Oh, okay, interesting. Nail, universe, present, Choi. Huh. Oh, I was like, because that's a very common last name in Korean, and I'm like, that's. I'm pretty sure that's not what that's referring to, but it's just like, oh, okay. Hey, what's up? My favorite Uma in general is Aston Machan. Nice, yes, I'm also never forget. I'm also a Machan fan as well. The funny story about that is I actually met her VA at a convention. I was she was doing like a meet and greet thing. And it was awesome because I was there were not that many people out there because I think she's not really as well known as like she has other roles, like she's done like a few other like anime roles, but she's not really that well known. So it's just like I was able to meet her and like actually she actually took the time to do like one-on-one pictures with everybody who's at everybody who attended the event. So I have a picture with her. And we're doing like the Uma pose with like the ears and stuff, so it's just like, yeah, that was a really fun experience. So really endeared me to like Machan a bit more, but I do love her as well. So one of my favorite sprint characters. Rulership gang, let's go rulership. Or some people like to call her the evil Shuval, which I don't really love, but I can see why, because it's uncanny how similar they look. Referring to Marshall Lorraine, has B in pace, medium mile Uma. Okay, makes sense. A lot of the late Umas usually have like a pace as well, or like vice versa. So it's like late or pace is kind of very, very common, kind of similar strats. So makes sense that it kind of share similarities there. There's what is it? There is an exception, right? I think Kiseki, one of the new characters, is like a is a late surger, but she also has aptitudes for front runner and specifically runaway, which I think is really hilarious. Such a unique character. Hello, Andre Pro. What's up? What's up? Training Mr. CB. Nice, Mr. CB. Good old triple crown, one of the many triple crown winners in this game. I like her. I like her general kind of like free nature personality. I also do like her casual outfit, which is very unrelated, but it's yeah. I don't know. I haven't. There's a lot of characters in this game that I have not even touched in like years, just because like they aren't really as viable. Like the CB wit card used to be like one of the best wit cards for end closers. It kind of still is, but it's like it's kind of outdated now with all the other cards that have come out. But it is still kind of nice. That's kind of my biggest memory with her, is like really just using her wit card. But I should probably do a dreams. Yes I should. Evil what? Oh, I'm just referring to the fact that rulership looks a lot like Cheval Grand. Like if you compare them side by side, they have very similar hairstyles, kind of similar, like with the colors of the bangs and stuff. It's really uncanny. Similar bust sizes, if I have to go that route. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how close they look in character design. I like calling them long lost twins. I remember one of the funny things was there was a fan comic by Takiki who I follow, who does like a lot of like Uma comics. Like he did one where it's like Kisa, or not Kisa, what am I saying? Rulership is like they're in like swapped situations. So rulership is with the V sisters, and the V sisters are like, oh hey, it's like that's a nice, you're not wearing your hat, that's a weird pin. It's like, you want a meat bun? And then meanwhile Cheval is with like I think Air Groove, and I don't remember who else. And it's like, oh, why are you so scared? And it's like they can't even tell each other. But yeah, fun stuff. Runaway Kiseki sounds funny. Yeah, she's like one of the few characters that has that strategy too, because it's like it's a very, I don't know, I mean the runaway strat in general is just not a very feasible strategy, right? It's the whole idea, it's the twin turbo strat where it's just like you just run as fast, like use up all your energy at the start, get as quick as the lead as possible. Or I guess the Suzuka strat as well. It's like try and get as far as the lead and try and keep it until the end. Which works for some characters, like I mean Suzuka, was known for that. And then there's other characters that use that, like the Baka twin. Well, I mean twin turbo obviously, but like the Daitaku Helios and Palmer also famous for that. And then there's other characters that have come out in the game since that have that as well, like Katsuragi Ace, Tap Dance City, and then yeah, Kiseki's the newest one. So very exclusive group for sure. I swear to God, Pandora is not really talked about since her release. I mean, Pandora, at least she has, oh come on, at least she has like some focus with like the story. Like she has like the she had the solo song, and she has like a little bit of focus in that. And she's been, I remember she appeared in that one like kind of promotional art for the 5th anniversary, so you know she has at least some focus. But in terms of popularity, yeah, I feel like she's not really as popular. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't really love her character. I don't really love her whole like, oh, like I'm such a genius, tensai, cutesy character, and it's just like, not the hugest fan of that. But you know, I'm not gonna yuck someone's yum, so you know, it's all good there. But yeah, I feel like she's generally like been barely, like she's been in promotional art. I don't know if that, I mean that's obviously different from her being popular, but I feel like she's decently popular, so I don't know, maybe it depends. I feel like I need to catch up here. My stamina's not looking good here. Yeah, I see it. Just gotta steal Cheval's grand hat to look like rulership. Yeah, exactly. Just put her hat on there, and it's just like, it's pretty much just evil Cheval Grand. I've seen a lot of Pandora, more Pandora than Craft. Yeah, that's... I mean, Craft had her run, right? She had the... She was the protagonist for the main story back when that was a thing. And she's been in, like, promotional stuff as well, so... She's... Out of all the characters, I feel like she's still... Definitely not the most forgotten. She's not like Samson Big, which, you know, rip Samson Big, you know, peace wherever you are, you know, rip to you, you know, I don't know where you are, but maybe you'll come back someday. Pandora's really good right now for the CM, surprisingly. Really? Was she in that tier list? I don't remember seeing, maybe I kind of blocked her out, but, that's interesting. Oh yeah, oh, right, she is. Yeah, wow, I completely blocked her out. She is in the A rank, along with Stego, Loves Only You, and Satono Crown, surprisingly. And then, yeah, Jungle Bucket. That's interesting. Okay. 4, 4, 5. Is that right? 4, 4, 5? 4, 5, 5. Well, shoot. Well, tiddly biscuits. That's not gonna happen. That's okay, we'll catch up eventually. Like I said, you really just gotta... Okay, well, that'll help. If I do a Dreams right now. I don't have to do a Dreams, but... I'm tempted. But also I'm not gonna do it just yet. Samson Big trapped in Party Dash. Yeah. Also in, like, his appearance in, or her appearance in the Star Blossom manga. Maybe someday we'll get her. I don't know. One of the many characters that's kind of trapped in purgatory. If you can't get 4, 5, 5, it's basically glue from experience. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of... This is already kind of looking like a rip run, and I think that just kind of is a nail of the coffin. I'm still gonna continue because... Fans. I want to get fans for my circle, but... Yeah, that was kind of rip. I was 2 points away, so I need to get like 2 characters there for medals too. Yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. We'll learn. We're learning from experience. AKA, don't do what I'm doing. Basically, don't follow what I'm doing, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like I have some idea what I'm doing, and then I don't do it. And then everything goes horribly wrong. Hooray. Our next 1-star trainee, I would not be surprised, because Canopus, at this point we've gotten all the Canopus members, so it would make sense for her to be like a 1 or 2-star. Because I don't know who else they would put as like a 1 or 2-star, and she fits perfectly as somebody who's pretty much like a Neo Urara, who like never won any races, who got like second to last and last in all the classic races that Brian raced in. And the lovable loser. I do wonder how she's going to differ from Urara, because it's like she kind of has the same kind of vibes of like that kind of lovable loser, the one who doesn't give up, all that. I'm sure she's different, but it's just like I'm kind of curious like to what extent she is different. Do I want to use my date events already? That's really quick. I don't know if I want to do it that quickly. I do want to do dreams because these are terrible, so we'll do that. But at this point, I think I need to start catching up with some of the stats here. I know I don't have 4, 5, 5, so that's kind of a rip. If I had that, then it would be a bit more equal, but... Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I should probably... Out of all these, Loves is kind of a bit behind. So we'll catch her up to speed, as we like to say. Or as I like to say. Oh boy, where's Yonko? Where's Yonko at a time like this when I kind of need energy? Let me think. Man, this is not looking great. We are not looking good here. I'm tempted to kind of use a dreams here. You know what? We'll use our last training here, and then that way I can use my dreams and get as many level ups as possible. Try and catch up from that, and hopefully get that going. Oh no, if her career is compete in the classics instead of win, I would not. Yeah, probably. I want, because like Urara's career is like very. It's pretty much just get fans until like her senior year, pretty much. So it's like very open. But at some point she does have an objective to win, so I'm sure they're going to be a bit more lenient, twist a little bit of history when it comes to that. But I think for classics, I think it's definitely going to be like, yeah, you need to not, or you're definitely not going to win because you have Brian and all these other characters that are probably way more stronger than you. So it's going to be another version of way stronger character that you probably aren't going to be able to beat. Let's see, let me do this. And then let me do dreams to end it off. The good old dream sequence. Let's go. Yeah, stamina is really oof. Urara is not suffering this scenario because of the change in set races. That is something funny I noticed, is because I did do Urara for I think the last race that I had to do, the last race that I didn't finish for the BC. Just because Urara is actually one of my favorite characters. But yeah, it's kind of funny seeing the different kind of set races that you have to do for that. It is kind of nice though. I wish someday they revamp older Uma careers to add new rivals that didn't exist at the time. I've talked about it before. I really wish they did that. I know that does mean that it's gonna kind of be a little bit more annoying with having to kind of rewrite stories and stuff, but I wish they would do that just because like it's kind of awkward when you're playing like a Kitasan Black run and then suddenly it's like, oh, you know, you don't have like a you don't have Duramente, or like when you're doing like a Tachyon run or like a cafe run and you don't have Jungle Pocket. It'd be kind of nice to just bring them back a little bit and be like, oh, by the way, this background is my favorite. The background that's happening here. It's like, oh, I'm streaming. It's like, hey, Esparce is just like, yo, what's up? Loves his streaming. I love the little interactions that happen in the background there. Espo, we love you and your aura nature. New secret events too, nice way to buff old characters. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of, it'll be a nice way to kind of get people to redo some of those kind of older careers. Ones that they probably haven't touched in years, like me. But we'll see. Like I said, I understand why they don't do it. It's because it's a little bit of a pain in the. Why did I not? Oh, I should have taken the top option. I'm so used to taking the bottom option there because I've been training Ines, and it's like, oh, like I'm front runner. I don't need those skills, but I'm doing jungle pot. That's fine. This run's kind of a rip anyway. Yeah, that's a yikes. Oh well, it's fine. This is just a test run. This is just a warm up, just to see what it's like. Despite the fact that I've been playing this for at least the week plus that it's been out already. Bum 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 bum. Which one do I do? Man, honestly, Loves is looking very yikes. Loves SS compared to A. That's not great, but that's okay. Because I think this is the last requirement, right? Just to get to A, so it doesn't matter. We don't care about that. Oh, Aruvu. Another character that I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to her career, her implementation, or whatever you want to call it. There are a lot of characters I'm really looking forward to. I took a recent gander at which characters are left in terms of characters that still aren't trainable in the roster. There's a surprisingly little amount. Well, I guess it depends on your perspective, but I think last time I checked, I think there's only 15 characters left that still don't have a trainable, or that aren't trainable yet. And so like it's half of those are ones that just got announced, but like characters like Daring Tact, Daring Heart, Sakura Chitose O, Karenbuke Door, Samson Big, and like Red Desire, Blast One Piece, and Lucky Lilac. But like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like, yeah, it's like there's not really that many characters. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like they're probably gonna start announcing a lot more other characters, maybe. Or I know they've been kind of slow with implementing new characters between like events, and then on top of that, like they release like another gacha with like the other costumes, and it's like, okay, well, why didn't you just release that earlier? Kind of delaying it, but I guess it makes sense. But kind of annoyed Nature didn't get anything. Like I'm just waiting for something to spend on her. Nature. You say that, but like as an Ines fan, we're starving over here. As an well, we all dozen of us Ines fans over here are starving for anything like a fake. She doesn't even have a prize figure in like that prize figure lineup. She doesn't even have anything for that. So any Ines stuff I can get, you know, is like is amazing. But and like anytime I see if there's like an Ines like something at like a convention artist alley, I would immediately go for that, because that's only happened once. In the last convention I went to, which had a ton of artists that had Uma stuff, only one person had like an Ines thing, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get it. So like if anybody has Ines stuff, then yeah, you know I'm absolutely gonna get it, because it's a rarity these days. But I mean, Nature has like a few figures, right? I mean, I have her cheerleader outfit figure. I actually have that in my case right now, and I think she has a figure for her. Does she have a figure for the New Year one? I don't remember if that was announced, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did, because that one's also pretty popular. But we will. But yeah, I mean, she is very popular in Nature, so she does still get like quite a bit of stuff. You know, you look at other characters that barely get anything. It's hard, right? I mean, with Uma being a big franchise, like with having so many characters, so it's kind of hard to like really balance, you know, who gets what. And it makes sense that there's going to be characters that could shaft it because they're not as popular. But you know, an Ines fan can dream. Maybe someday I'll get something. Maybe we can get some breadcrumbs of something. Something. Now, do I do dreams here? I'm kind of tempted to. Oh shoot! I forgot to turn off my. Whoopsies! Hold on 1 second. I forgot. The one thing I forgot to do. I usually do this. I forgot to turn off my notifications. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Turn off. There we go. Okay. Ignore that. Ignore that happening. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, right, I was deciding. I mean, we're getting pretty close to... pretty close to the end. So I might use it right now, because I still have both my Dreams trainings right now, so let's do that. Now that I think about it, Shuval got like how much merch and figurines, yet only has that one Stamina SSR card. Yeah, that is a good point. She doesn't have that many support cards, which is kind of surprising. I mean, she has her alternate, obviously, like almost all the characters do at this point, but she does have... I mean, she is popular, right? She is like kind of one of the main characters in the anime Season 3, in a way, so it makes sense that she gets a lot of stuff. Damn, Shuval got a Pajama figure, 2 Bochi figure, 1 7 scale figure, Nendoroid, Ichiban Kuji, now Trace and Ondo. Yeah, I'm not surprised she has a lot of stuff. Next character should be the Breeders' Club levels only. Oh, 100%. If I had to put money on it, I probably will, because as soon as they showed that alternate costume, the Loves Only You, I was like, that's absolutely going to be the next gacha. Bar none, no questions. Oh, here's a... Oh, wait, no, I have to do dreams here. Okay, thank God. I was like, conundrum, because I'm running out of energy, and it's summer training. Let's see. I need to catch up here, so let's do that. Okay. Already have all of them. I mean, all of them. Nice. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Dedicated Nature fan right there. I mean, I love Nature, don't get me wrong, she's my third favorite character. I know that's kind of ironic considering her whole character. She used to be my second favorite character until Dantu Flame came along, but I still love her. I love her pessimistic nature, but also, you know, I guess her realistic nature. It's very relatable to somebody who also is kind of like that. But yeah, I do love her, so of course I had to get that cheerleader figure. I mean, that costume is iconic. I think out of all the alternate costumes in this game, I think that one ended up being kind of the most drawn in terms of like fan art and stuff of like other characters, not just in Umamusume as well, but like just overall. It really it made an impact in some way. Did you see that JP figure or JP player who has all the support cards? Yeah, no, I did see that. That's freaking. And then like the thing where it's like, oh, like the crystal or whatever was like black grayed out because it's like, oh, you don't need this anymore because you have all the cards with all the copies. And it's like, Jesus Christ, if you're welcome to Whale Land. That is absolutely insane. Cannot imagine. I think I remember seeing didn't they, like, they said something about spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, or like 100,000 of yen. I don't remember how much, but it's like definitely has to be like in the like tens of thousands of dollars at that point, which is, God, I think I spent that much. I think I spent a lot of money in this game, but like that's absolute insanity. And then watches that person ends up getting like second place in like the CM or something, because that's how this game works. That's a kaiju right there. Yeah, no, that's not a whale. That's the whole freaking ocean. I don't remember what the actual like term of it is, but it's just like, it's, yeah, no, that's like above whale. It's like whole level above it. Okay, I think I need to do unless I get something good here. No, okay, gotta do a dreams training here. Third favorite for the bronze collector. Exactly, it fits. Third favorite for the bronze collector. That also reminds me that I need to get back to doing a tier list. Now that the 7th anniversary announced all the characters, I really do need to revise my, like, re-update my tier list again. Be like, oh, you know, this is like, do I still think this is one of my, like, how do I feel about this character now? Blah blah blah. So gotta, maybe I might do a stream of that. Who knows? I did a stream way back in the day of it. But I don't know if we want to do, I don't know if that'd be interesting to watch, so might be a consideration, but I might just do that on my lonesome in the future. I'd whale, but I just gotta save money for the 7th event world tour. That's fair. I honestly, same. I also, oh shoot, I'm not in a good position here. I have 3 dreams. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna probably, okay, so I have 4 turns left. I have 3 dreams, which means I have 1 non-dreams training left. Let's see. Do we want to, well, first of all, yes, definitely want to do that. I'm gonna wait until hopefully I get a good Yonko Rainbow Fun Times training. Like right now? Yeah, do I do it now? I might as well, sure. That's not a good training, but I want to try and save my, not get like a failure training here. Oh yeah, I gotta do post 5th anniversary sorter, and rulership definitely in my top 10, and March maybe in my top 20 or 30. I was also thinking about doing like a sorter, but the Uma sorter really, I don't know, the Uma sorter really takes a lot out on me, because it goes for so long, especially with all the characters and all the different comparisons you have to do. I'm just like, I cannot. It's like, that's a lot of comparisons. So I feel like it's usually better for me just to put them in tier lists and then compare them into tiers. And I feel like that's a lot easier for me rather than having to do all the different comparisons. Because that's another thing I did before also, was I actually did do a Uma sorter tier stream. That was a bit more recent, but that one was a bit of a slog to go through, so I don't know if I really want to ever do that again. But yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely have to remember to do that in the future. But yeah, going back to the whole saving money thing, I say I gotta save money because, like, yeah, you know, just my hobbies in general, because a lot of my hobbies are very expensive stuff. Like I collect figures, I'm into mechanical keyboards. Obviously I play gacha games. Like all this stuff is money and expensive. So it's gotta be good with my budgeting skills. Although I will say, I did do my taxes recently, and I got a pretty hefty return, so, you know, there is that. That's pretty nice. Gonna celebrate by spending all the money on No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna spend all my money on that, on Umamusume. Just buy all figures and stuff. Oh, there's rulership. Yeah, I don't know. But it was a nice income boost, I guess. Gotta save money for when Side Games does a surprise collab with an MLB baseball team. Who knows, it might be the V-Sisters with the Mariners because of Kazuhiro Sasaki. That... I could see that happening, though, because, like, Side Games does do sponsorships with, like, sports stuff. Like, they sponsor... I know they sponsor, like, a few, like, soccer teams. Football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. And... yeah, I know... I mean, obviously, they sponsored a lot of races. Like, they sponsored the Breeders' Cup race, for goodness sake. So, it would make sense. If they do that. And heck, I mean, we've seen, like, what, Hololive night with, like, the Dodgers, so... and there was, like, a One Piece night with, I think, like, the Padres, so... I would not be surprised if they go that route. Would like that to be local, so, you know, Dodgers, I know you already do the Hololive, why not do Umamusume night, you know? I'd be down. I don't live too far from Dodger Stadium. I can take the train over. You know, I had a decent time when I was at that playoff game, despite the fact that we got our asses absolutely handed to us. It was still a fun time. I like going to baseball games. I tried to go to, or I don't try to go to, but I've been to quite a few stadiums, because I've lived in a few different areas. I used to live a 15-minute walk from Wrigley Field. So I went to a few games over there. Now, as a Brewers fan, you know, I didn't go, you know, it's just like a little bit of the Cubs Brewers, so I went to those games. But also, I did go as like a neutral, like during like when the Cubs played whoever. I've sat in the bleachers before. That was definitely an experience. And I've also been to the other Chicago baseball stadium. I honestly think that one's a little bit better. I don't know if it's a hot take, but like I honestly think for like baseball viewing experience. Oh shoot, what am I doing? For baseball viewing experience, I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, Wrigley Field is a historic place, you know, it definitely has its charms, it's really nice, but I think the environment, like, Wrigley Field feels more like a frat party to me. Like, it just feels like people go there to, like, drink, like, you know, they go to bars and all that stuff, like, around Wrigleyville. Doesn't really feel like they're there for like a baseball game, so to speak. It just feels like they're there for the experience, which I can't say too much, you know, can't say the opposite about the White Sox stadium, only really because the White Sox suck, so, you know, there weren't that many fans to begin with. There was still like a decent amount when I went there, but yeah, no, definitely the experience was a little bit different for sure, so it was interesting. But now that I live in LA, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I went to Dodger Stadium for that playoff game that I mentioned before, Game 4 of last year's NLDS, but, and I haven't been to Angel Stadium because that's a little bit more of a trek, but definitely am interested. I've tried to go to as many baseball stadiums that I've been to. I've been to Milwaukee a few times, the AmFam Slam Clam. I've been to, when I lived in the Bay Area, I went to the stadiums there back when Oakland was a team. Rip the Athletics. But yeah, I went to a whole bunch of games because I live pretty close to the train line, and you know, the if you didn't know, the Oakland Coliseum is literally right off of the subway, so it's very easy to be able to go to there. Kind of the same with the Giants Stadium, honestly, but not really, because you have to do a transfer. It's not directly from the BART station, which BART is like the subway, the Bay Area Rapid Transit. But it's still kind of convenient, you know, for how compared to like other stadiums where you have to like drive. Like, as much as I love the Miller Park Brewer Stadium or whatever, it's pretty much surrounded by parking lots, so it's like it's very hard to get there if you're not driving. So it's a little bit of an unfortunate thing there because it's not in the city. It's kind of off of the highway, so it's in a weird location. But I did, you know, that doesn't stop me from enjoying the games. You know, it's just something to consider. But yeah, I've been to, I guess, if I have to say then, Brewer Stadium, Cubs, or Wrigley Field, Stock Stadium, Oracle Park, whatever they call it now, and then, yeah, Oakland Coliseum. So those are the 5 I've been to. When I visited San Diego, I did a tour of their stadium, but I never actually been to a game there. I'd love to go. I assume the atmosphere is amazing. You know, San Diego's a really good baseball city, especially since that's their only team at this point. So, very interested to go there, especially since, you know, it's not that far of a drive from here either, is also the thing. So, would also be interested. Also, UA4, there we go. Pretty good, pretty good. Not too shabby considering we didn't even get the 455 in the first place. So yeah, nice. I like to go see different stadiums, but mostly I wanted to go see a game at Tokyo Dome. Only cool game I saw was Mariners versus Blue Jays playoff game, and watched the live grand slam from why can't I say his name? Suarez. Gino Suarez. Oh yeah, that's gotta be hype though. I mean, playoff game atmospheres are definitely really hype. I've been to a few playoff games actually. I've been fortunate enough to be able to, not just the one I've talked about before, but I went to all of them have been losses on my part, so maybe I should stop going to playoff games actually, because the team I cheer for always loses, and I'm 0-4-3 because I went to back when Athletics, the Oakland Athletics, I think it was the Athletics versus the Rays. It was a wild card series. This was wild card game. This was back when the wild card game was just one game. So they lost that. I watched the Brewers when they played the Diamondbacks. I think that was 2021, I want to say. Yeah, that wild card series. I think I went to game 2 and they lost that one, so that was pretty awesome. And by that I mean that sucked. I also got stuck in traffic, so I didn't get there until the top of the second, so that was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you know, playoff atmosphere, and you get free towels too, so that's another added bonus. So I have the towels from those games. It's fun. I like watching sports. You know, I've been to, it's not just baseball too. I've been to a few basketball games. When I was a student at my college, because the college I went to, or the university I went to, is a Division I school. So we had they gave student tickets for like football and basketball. So yeah, I went to a few of those. We were decent in football and basketball. I'd say we peaked during my freshman year, and then after that we did really terribly. And by the time I graduated, we were horrible in both sports. We're decent now. I'm not going to say which school, but like, I'm just going to say we are if you know about college sports, we're a Power 5 school, so, but within all the chaos of like relocation, I'm just going to say, I guess this is going to be a little bit too on the nose, but yeah, it's one of the schools that got affected by relocation and like conference relocations and stuff, and now we're in a conference that doesn't make any goddamn sense with our location. So anyway, that's sports. But yeah, back to what you're talking about with the Tokyo. I would honestly love to go to like a NP, a Nippon Professional Baseball, or like a KBO game, because the environment for that is so crazy. Like the cheers that they do, all the different, like the whole environment just seems like it'd be so fun to experience. So I definitely love to go see one of those. Definitely on the bucket list for sure. Can you cheer for the team opposing the Mariners? I want to see them make the World Series. I'll try. Unfortunately, I'm also kind of probably most likely going to cheer for the Mariners because I cheer for underdogs, but I'll try my best to cheer for an opposing team if that happens, because apparently my luck sucks. Although, no, I think this only applies to if I actually go to the game, so I think this would only really apply if, say, like the Angels made it, but let's be honest, the Angels suck. They're not going to make the playoffs. yeah, otherwise I don't think I'm gonna actually go to any games with AL contending teams, because that'd be what, like the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Tigers, I guess the Guardians, and I guess well, no, the Astros aren't really as good nowadays, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Sports. We'd love to see it. Anyway, on the Umamusume side of things, that last run was not great. Hopefully we can rebound from this. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and push for Yonko over. Do I want to push for? Like I said before, I want to try and get at least one of these characters to Rainbow training status, so that when I do the Dreams training, I can get the maximum benefit from it. So that's kind of what I'm pushing for right now, and it doesn't really matter if I get like 15. The difference between like getting 15, whatever these points are called, DPs, nice. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether I get like 15 of those or like 11 or 12 or whatever, because it's not really, the difference is kind of negligible this early on, so not as important. Do I have the date event? I don't. Oh, Yonko, you are my saving grace. Thank you for being there. Because now what I can do is I can start focusing on Dreams training. I think Yonko's the best to Rainbow because you're also building up the Dream Bar at the same time. That is also kind of a fun thing though. It's like, yeah, it's because Yonko also, because it's Yonko the support card, but also Yonko the support link character. So it's kind of like a weird kind of dynamic there. But I generally try and shoot for the speed, like at least one of the speed characters, because I feel like speed, obviously you want to maximize speed, and speed is gonna you need to get it to 2000 so that you can get the whatchamacallit, the Zenkai spurt, because that's how that activates. So that's kind of also a motivation to get that, and it also feels like it's easier because there's 2 speed cards compared to the rest of the other deck. But maybe that's just a weird placebo bias, whatever thing speaking. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I got 3 hours of sleep. I think it's starting to catch up to me right now. I need to go to sleep early today, man. I cannot. Also, because I have to go to the office on Mondays and wake up early, so I don't want to be half dead and driving on the highway, because that's gonna be bad times if we do that. Don't drive half asleep, because that's worse, if not, that is as bad if not worse as driving drunk. Based on what I've seen on the internets and Mythbusters or something like that. Gonna be interesting if we get another meta scenario link card, like maybe Espoir City or Marsh Lorraine. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if it might be similar to back when Air Shakur with the mecha scenario, because that was the kind of the big scenario link card as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Because yeah, I think Marsh Lorraine probably is not going to get implemented anytime soon. Well, who knows? Maybe not. But like, I think support card is definitely not out of the possibility, just to have her kind of in the game, so to speak. I did find it funny that this scenario's link characters, like half of them are characters that aren't even playable, right? Because it's like Marsh and Yonko and Red Desire. Like, those 3 aren't even playable characters, and then there's Espoir City and Love's Only You. But it's just like, I think this is the first time that like we have a scenario where the support link characters are ones that aren't even playable, which is kind of a weird thing. I guess it doesn't really matter though, because, you know, support cards, as long as you have the support cards, then it's just like, yeah, then you can use them as support link characters. And, you know, you have the Red Desire one, you have Yonko, so it's not like you're totally missing from that. But so I guess in that logic, I wouldn't be surprised if Marsh Lorraine ends up getting a support card pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be an SSR or an SR, but kind of similar to Red Desire / Yonko. But I would not be surprised if they eventually get a support card, or she gets a support card. Yeah. Have I gotten the date? I haven't gotten the date events, right? Yeah, no, not yet. Red Desire has to be the next Uma, though. We'll see. I don't know. I could see it going that way. I could also see them going something like maybe like a Lucky Lilac or something to kind of match with a with Almond Eye, who just got released. Or they could go totally out of left field and release, I don't know, friggin' Sakura Chitozeo or something. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. That's the wonder and amazement of playing in the Japanese server. You have no idea what's coming next. You lucky sons of guns over the English server already can pre-plan for everything because you know what's coming in the months to come. So that must be nice, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury. Samson Big jump scare. Yeah, watch them suddenly do Samson Big, and it's like, oh yeah, she exists, everybody, here you go. And it's just like, that would be the ultimate plot twist. Oof. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm kind of tempted to do a Dreams here for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I really... Yeah, we'll do a Dreams. And then I can... Well, for one thing, I think... Oh, actually... Yeah, I think I know why. It's because, yeah, Air Groove isn't even close to getting... Isn't close to the Friendship Fun times yet. What is this one? This is... Oh, Speedo. Let's see... I don't have the date event. I still don't have the date event. That's not ideal. You hate to see it. Especially since I kind of want to get those done as soon as possible. Please give me your date event. Thank you. Okay, you ask and you receive. Speaking about the planning, if you remember, what are the good cards during Lark? Because I want the best deck when Cheval comes out. Oh my goodness, Lark. You are jogging my memory, because that was not a long time ago. It was like, what, 2 years ago maybe? Oh god, I don't even remember. Was that around the time that the El Condor Pasta card came out? The speed card? I wonder. Maybe? If so, then yeah, that El Condor Pasta card, I think obviously has to be your choice, because that's going to overtake Kita-san as the best speed card in the game. But in terms of other cards, I mean, I think... Did Lark had a friend card, I think. Did it? It did, yeah, it had, what's her face? Mei Satake or whatever. So, I mean, that's the other one. But I don't remember what came out during that time. I'd have to look at Game Tour and, like, you know, reference, like, you know, when stuff came out during those times and check, but we'll see, it depends. I also know about the Speed Marzensky card and Jungle Pocket Speed. I don't know about the other stat cards. I think that was definitely before the Shakur card came out, so in terms of stamina, I think Super Creek is still fine, honestly, which is kind of crazy to say, but I don't think there was anything between... No, I feel like there had to have been something between Super Creek and the Shakur in terms of stamina. But, like, in terms of SR, there's never really been any good, like, SR stamina cards, so... other than maybe Manhattan Cafe, but not really. I think that's more desperation than anything. I think really if you want, like, the stamina, you go for, like, the free story ones. Like, the McQueen one wasn't really that bad, but, I don't know about that one. But, otherwise, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to remember. The Orphic Guts card, I think, came out after, so that's out of the question. Or did it come out during that time, actually, now that I think about it? I don't remember. Well... Yeah, not off the top of my head. No, I don't have that good of a memory. The wait, I know I'm going for that Opera O card for Monster. Oh yeah, that is true. The Opera O wit card is really good because it has Monster, and yeah, if you're building for Cheval who has the pace and the Furlong, then yeah, that's definitely a really good pick there. How is Air Groove still not good? What is going on here? I know I still have a lot of energy, but I honestly think I need to do a date event because it's too late for me to not have a date event already going. You are this one. Thank you for giving me more max energy. Okay. I guess I'm just... Oh, dreams. Thank you for the reminder. I do need to do my dreams. Man, I'm still shocked that that all my cards aren't friendship rainbow fun times ready yet. It's kind of surprising to me. I'm like looking. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we're good. Now we should be good. The other thing too with the Lark scenario, it's kind of funny because we're so focused on the whole idea of, you know, having all the spread out distribution of support cards, where it's like, you know, it's not total Highlander where you have one of everything, but it's like pretty much almost one of everything except for 2 speed cards. Like before the island scenario, I think that was when it really came to play, and then that started suddenly becoming the big thing. But before then, it was more like, you know, specialized, like, you know, bring a lot of speed cards. Like if you're building like a long, then you want to have like a lot of speed cards, stamina cards, and like maybe a wit card or two, including the friend card for the specific scenario. So it's kind of interesting, kind of seeing how that's differed, how much that's different nowadays. What am I doing again? God, I never remember. 313 415, right? 425. There we go. There we go. Nice. Look at that. Eventually I'll remember. I will remember. Eventually I'll have it. I'll have it memorized in terms of, like, you know, what to use for the distributions. Similar to the cooking scenario and the mecha scenario. I'll remember it eventually, but I just don't remember off the top of my head right now. Yeah, it's a process. I do remember 455 is the next one, though. That is definitely the one we need to get to. Thanks for the help. Yeah, I don't know how much help I really was, but yeah, you know, try to help whenever I can. Yeah, the Lark scenario, man, good times though, because that scenario has by far my favorite soundtrack. The finals, the OST for the actual Lark race, is so good. Oh my god! In fact, I probably want to show y'all a video of it because it's really good. It's such a good song. It really encompasses the whole, I guess drama, for lack of a better term. Not drama, the whole tensions about like Japan never winning a Lark race and all the kind of anxiety that goes into that. It's such a good song. Which is why, kind of related to that, it's kind of why I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the Lark treatment for this scenario, where we don't have like a powerful rival that we have to race in like the BC races. I guess I can see the reasoning though. It's because like with the Lark, it's like this, you know, this mountain that Japan has never, the hump that Japan's never gotten over, right? Because they never won it. Whereas the Breeders' Cup, there's been examples of horses winning it, between, you know, like Love's Only You and Marche Lorraine, and then Yonko last year actually winning the Classic. It's like, it feels like it's a lot less intimidating in that sense. It's like, oh yeah, we've accomplished it. There we go. It's not like this monster that, you know, we have to be afraid of. But I still wish they had like a kind of a NPC that we were able to race against, similar to like a Venus Pak or like a Rigatoni. I know her name is Rigatoni. I just like calling her Rigatoni because I have silly nicknames. Don't get me wrong, I mentioned before, right, my whole distaste for the Mambo nickname, but that doesn't mean I hate silly nicknames. I love giving my Umas silly nicknames like Jungle Bucket and like Tomato Cross and all that. So I know I'm hypocritical in that sense, but you know, it is what it is. Lark also has my favorite NPC, Uma, Venus Pak. Honestly, same. I think Venus Pak is one of my favorite. Well, actually, no. Venus Pak used to be my favorite until Speed Symboli came out. And oh my god, Speed Symboli's racing outfit. Oh, chef's kiss, beautiful. I love it. I was when that scenario came to a close, I was like, oh, I was so disappointed because I was never been able to see it again. And then a few weeks ago, they did the whole adding them into the area conversations, and then I was like, oh yes, I get to see her again, hooray! And it's just like, it's nice, you know. Don't have to put them in purgatory or whatever. You get to see them walk around in the school and stuff. So isn't that pretty nice? Never mind, Tucker Bryan is probably my favorite NPC Uma. Tucker's good too. I mean, I'm biased because I love the island scenario, because Ines is one of the scenario link characters in that, and also that song is a banger. Tucker's Skill Up Island is still a song I listen to on repeat. It's such a good like workout song. In fact, all the Uma songs are really good songs to run to. I have a whole playlist of Uma songs that I listen to when I'm running on the treadmill. Because for whatever reason, it just gives me that energy boost to keep going. So, because I've been trying to get into like listening to podcasts, or like I guess watching podcasts and watching videos while I'm doing runs, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't give me like I just feel a lot more tired when I'm doing the runs compared to when I'm running with Umamusume music, which is kind of a weird mentality thing. I don't know, but it's like Umamusume music is really good running music. So there's that to go. There's that fun fact for y'all, I guess. Maybe it's just me though. Maybe I'm the only one who gets that effect out of it. Oh my goodness, I have not been using my dreams at all. That's all my fault. Okay, I gotta do that. I like that one pocket short with Speed Symboli and Serious Symboli. Oh yeah, the Shiritori. Yeah, that one was fun. I like all the kind of, I mean, I've said it before, I really like the slice of lifey stuff, so I really, not that those pocket tube shorts are really slice of lifey, but it's kind of a nice change of pace from what we normally see with the series and stuff. So like the very serious, like the serious racing and the sporting stuff. It's nice to kind of get a little bit of a more lighthearted thing, the Pretty Derby of the Umamusume Pretty Derby series. But yeah, those are fun. Also the one with Urara and Yanko. Was it Urara and Yanko, I think? Yeah, it was those two. That one was also pretty fun. Seeing them sing the Uma in America song. Speaking of which, Uma in America is also a song that I've also been listening to quite a bit. It's very catchy. I'm enjoying it. Uma in America. Or, God, I'm a terrible singer. I wish Juval was a scenario link character for UAF because one of her main quirks is that she's a baseball fan. I do find that kind of surprising that she wasn't in that, because you saw, like, I think Narita Top Road was one of those because of her link to Soccer Boy, or Sweet Tosho, Dicta Striker, or whatever you want to call her, the equivalent in the Cinderella Grey anime. But yeah, I mean, her relation to Soccer Boy makes sense, so it's like, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that she doesn't have a link to that, but I guess there's only so many other characters that can be in that, and I guess they want to try and focus on other lesser popular characters maybe, although that hasn't really stopped them from including somebody like a Yonko in this scenario. But I guess that makes sense, because like this is the Breeders' Cup scenario. I mean, you have to include Yonko in a Breeders' Cup scenario, because she was the one who won the Breeders' Cup Classic, the first one from Japan, so that one is pretty... That would be a glaring omission if you don't add her, but... Yeah, I don't know, that one was kind of interesting to me as well. What am I doing? Probably a dreams, because I don't like what I'm seeing here. Oh wait, shoot, I shouldn't have done the dreams, I fricked up. I fucked up. Because that's not... It's not good. I guess I'll just start catching up on that, although it might be a bit early. Well, no, it's not a bit early. We got 455, so that's we should be, yeah, because oh man, because I didn't get the added bonus there. Oh, wow. That's really lucky, actually. I was gonna do another dreams training to get all of them loaded up into one, but I just got all of them in one training there, so that was actually really lucky. RNG. Voltage is a song that's been stuck in my head, and I have playlists with almost everyone singing it because everyone kills it in the solo part. Voltage is also pretty good. I know people have been complaining about how it's not a very kind of good anniversary song, but like I still like it. I mean, I've been listening to that one as well. But honestly, out of the two new songs, I do think I prefer Uma in America for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just kind of like that one. The middle part with the Western style, the cowboy-y themes, that one was really fun to me. It's a nice little. I mean, stereotypical America, right? You know, the Western, the cowboy stuff, the cars, the vroom, the bang. Of the guns. I don't think that's actually what that is, but I just like the joke that they had that line where they go bang, and it's just like, oh, like guns because America, because that's what we're known for, apparently. But it's I don't have anything to say after that. I don't know what else trying to. Did I select the wrong option? I sure did. Whoops. Oh well. I'm tempted to go for this, but I really need to focus on getting these characters up ranks, because that's the biggest thing right now. Not the biggest thing, but a big thing. It's a fine balancing act between that and actually getting the correct stats that you need. It's a balancing. Whenever I hear Uma in America, I think of the NFL theme. I can see that. I could definitely see that. I guess maybe that might be a reason why I like it then, because it's very similar to those like NFL themes like you see here on the broadcasts. That actually might make sense, yeah. Oh, why do my legs hurt so much? I was not seeing a good position. Remember, kids, don't sit in awkward positions, otherwise your body's gonna hate you. Especially when you get older and then you get random cramps and stuff. Posture check. Yeah, exactly. Posture check. I don't know what position I was in. I was like in a weird, like, kind of... Okay, there we go. Also, hydration check. Remember to hydrate or dehydrate, everyone. Water. Good old water. Posture check, hydration check. I need to have... Well, I guess... One of my friends who also streams has I mean, with the channel points and stuff, like you can redeem them to like do like stuff like posture check, hydration check, and then you can also throw items at him. That's also something I've kind of been interested in, but I feel like that's something I need to get to affiliate first before actually setting all that up, because I don't think I can do that without actually getting to affiliate. So one of the things that, you know, maybe for the future, but definitely something to think about as I start improving these streams, along with all the fun things there, like emotes, you know, custom emotes. That's another fun thing that I may need to start, well, not may need to start thinking about, but another thing in the future, in the distant future. I don't know if it's the very near future, but maybe someday. Ooh, yeah, I really need to catch up on stamina here. Okay, that's good. The stream really boosted your viewer average by a lot, though. Yeah, no, the raid definitely helped. If I look right now, how many of you? Oh my goodness, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no. So thank you again for that. I know they're probably out for dinner right now, but appreciate the raids. You know, appreciate all the good supports. If I may be a little bit meta, I think the one thing that I'm still that's still, I guess, what do you want to say, that I need to meet for Twitch affiliate is I need to get a concurrent average of like 3 viewers for, I don't remember how much it was like 2 streams in the past month or whatever, which I've gotten close to at some points. But that one I think is probably the only roadblock, because they've actually really reduced the requirements for Twitch affiliate in the past few months. I remember one of my friends was really grinding out for Twitch affiliate. Like they needed because it's like what it used to be, like 50 followers. You need to stream a certain number of hours. You need to have a certain number of I don't remember the exact what is the exact requirements? It's like, yeah, reach number of followers, stream certain amount of months times a month, stream certain amount of hours a month, and then yeah, like you need to have like a certain number of average of viewers. But they have reduced that quite a bit, so I've long since been past that. Although I think it used to be, yeah, it used to be 50, now it's 25. So they really they really try. They're really trying to get people to go for that, because it makes sense, you know, because then when you become a Twitch affiliate, then you can monetize by running ads, and then, you know, then they want to run more ads and have more channels run ads. So I guess it makes sense from their business side of point. But yeah, no, that'd be nice, you know. It was never, it's never been something that I've really hunted too hard for, but you know, it'd be kind of nice to get that, you know, to nice step up. Because the thing with affiliate is it does offer a lot of benefits for like random stuff. Like for instance, like if you see the schedule in my page, you notice how it's not custom. It's like a very like kind of like a oh, here's, it's like week. It's not like custom for the day, and that's the reason why is because you can't custom set it to like a day. You can only set it to like, oh, like every Tuesday, every Wednesday, this, and it's just kind of annoying unless you're a Twitch affiliate. So it's like one of the benefits there. And then there's other stuff too, like, you know, monetization, custom emotes, all that stuff. So we'll see, but maybe in the near future, you know. I think, again, speaking, I don't want to be too meta, but speaking with with the Uma streams, I mean, I think my Uma streams are by far the most popular content that I have. So, you know, that's not the reason why I'm like pushing for it. Like that's not the reason why I exclusively do it. But like, I find it fun. You know, it's fun to kind of stream this and, you know, talk with other fans and all that stuff, and get people's like kind of stuff on that, because I feel like I don't have a lot of people, or not, a lot of my friends who used to play this game kind of quit playing this game, so I don't have a lot of like IRL friends that play this. So it's nice to talk to people and actually, you know, interact with the fans and all that stuff. So there's a little bit of that fun aspect to it. I'll do my best to at least lurk on every stream for the viewer average. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I know lurks are a little bit of a weird thing with how Twitch treats them, but I don't even know how that works. So any support is greatly appreciated for sure. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I know this stream's definitely going to meet that requirement. So if we can get one more, I think is it really just, I think it might be just one more stream, or is it 3? Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's a lot more strict than I thought it was. It's a minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days, and I think they do that every month, or it's per every month. Because I did have a few like straggler streams that had that, but then they reset that count. So I do notice that I see 1 here, so I only need 3 more. 3 more streams that have an average of 3 viewers. So this is definitely going to meet that. So that means 2 more. So, you know, there you go. They're potential. Potential. Let's see. Let's do dreams, maybe? Yeah, dreams. How is average viewer even calculated? I don't even know, to be honest. I assume it's probably something like along the lines of, oh, like, take a look at like how many viewers like were there for each given like for the time periods and stuff. Because I when I look at my, and I don't really look at my analytics that much because I don't really care too much about it. But like when I do look at it occasionally, there is a graph that they show of like, hey, here's the number, like certain viewpoint, like certain points in the stream. Here's how many viewers were tuned in or whatever, or like average viewers or whatever. So I don't know. It's probably some calculation with that plus like the time series and all that stuff, and then taking that into consideration. But I have no idea how the algorithm works. As with a lot of things in nowadays, it's all black box. We'll do that. Oh, dreams. Thank you for reminding me that I need to do dreams. Okay. I definitely, you know what? The speed is not looking good. Let's get that going. Especially since I realize this is senior year, we're almost done, and oh boy, that's not looking great. Okay, hopefully I have enough points to get to 858. Worst case, if I don't, I guess we go 758, but from the guide I read, it's that I seen that the middle one, which I think is the green one, getting that from level 4 to level 5 is actually a pretty big boost. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, which is funny because I feel like a lot of people usually go for like 848, but apparently the difference between 4 or 5 is actually substantial enough to actually where you really want it. So you want to do it. So that's a kind of a thing that I saw in some of the guides that I've been reading. Do I have enough? Please tell me I have enough points. Oh, I'm 1 point short. That's so unfortunate. Oh, that's actually really unfortunate. Oh well, it is what it is. You're making me want to stream because I mostly hop into small streams just to chat about stuff I like. In this case, my current hyperfixation is Umamusume. Yeah, I mean, go for it. I mean, for me, I wouldn't say the biggest reason I started streaming, but like a good reason I started streaming is just because like I don't really. I mean, it's just a nice way to just kind of shoot the shit and just talk about random stuff. It's like a kind of nice platform to kind of talk about whatever. Especially if you're playing a game that's kind of a bit more casual, then you can kind of be a bit more like a bit more podcasty in the sense of just talking about whatever. And there's games where you can just, you know, you probably have to focus more on the game, but there's stuff where you can just kind of not have to focus too much about that, like what I'm doing right now with Umamusume. Well, I am talking about Umamusume, but occasionally I just randomly ramble about random shit, so. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the barrier for streaming, I mean, what you really need, I think the biggest thing is mic. You really need good sound quality, because if you don't have good sound quality, nobody's going to tune into the stream, so that's what I found to be the biggest thing, both from a viewer standpoint and also a streaming standpoint, so the mic is definitely important. But I mean, it depends if you want to do like what, like a VTuber, or you want to be like a just not, or like just have like a face cam, or like, you know, not even have like anything, because there's people who do that too and it's still fine. So it's all dependent on that. But yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, you get OBS. I mean, as long as you have a decent enough computer where you can kind of have OBS running and have all the kind of different things to go with that. Because with VTubing, I think you do need kind of good specs, just so that you can have like the kind of the running of the model capture and like the all the kind of moving parts here. But you don't necessarily have to have that. But yeah, I guess the other thing too is like you need like like in my case, I have an Android phone, so like I actually did buy a separate iPhone just for tracking purposes, because iPhone's tracking is that much better compared to like an Android. So it really is that big of a difference to the point of where you pretty much need an iPhone for tracking purposes. Like like you need like, it's so much better. I tried before, but I want a better mic because my mic picks up my keyboard easily. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly a problem for me though too, because like for like if you like like you're hearing me click my mouse right now, like I don't know, I have some suppression stuff with my mic, but I do feel like sometimes my keyboard is also a little clacky as well, because I have like a tactile keyboard with the mechanical stuff, so that's also a little bit of a sometimes that does come through on my mic, if you haven't noticed before. But if I'm playing a game like this, it's really nice, because then it's like I don't have to worry too much about it, because I'm playing on my phone, so I'm just tapping on the touchscreen, so there's no sound involved in that. But it's a process, you just kind of, that's why I sometimes like to watch my VODs, just to see like, oh, how is it, look on, how does it feel, because obviously I can't tell what it's like when I'm streaming, so like being able to see from the viewer point, like, is there anything wrong with how the sound quality is and all that stuff, fine-tuning things to make sure everything is good for y'all. Ooh, we're Santa Anita. Nice. It's my home ground. Excuse me. The water went down the wrong hole. There's Marsh, nice. There's Yanko, nice. And then there's me, Jungle Bucket. I found it funny because in the movie they the official subtitles they subtitled it as Jungle Baguette, which I guess kind of also could be an alternate way. But I like Bucket better for whatever reason. I don't know. It just I don't know if rolls off the tongue is the right way of saying it, but it just feels it feels right. And it sounds a little it sounds closer to an actual name anyway, so I guess that's a little bit better because Baguette is a little bit too random, I guess is the right word, maybe. I love Marsh's animations. She tries to use the puppet, but it's not there. Oh yeah, her paddock animation is really cute. The one where she's like, oh, there's the hand, and she's like, oh, wait, no. And she's like, oh, hello. Like, oh, that's so cute. Like, why can't they just allow her to use the puppet during the races? I mean, look at all the other kind of race outfits that have random ass stuff. It's like, why don't you just allow her to use the puppet during the races? I mean, not that you would really need it, because it's not like she's talking to people or like communicating with people, so it's not like she would really need it, I guess. But why don't they just allow her to use it during the paddock introduction? I don't know. The Mysteries of Umamusume. Okay. Oh, here's a Zenkai skill. Isn't that the new picture there? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this game evolves with the new Zenkai mechanic, because like I mentioned, you know, now it seems like it's the case that people are saying wait, what is why do I have a short skill? Wait, what the hell? I don't know where I got that, but that's not useful. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because like I mentioned before, like if people have been talking about how this current CM that debuffers are apparently viable now, maybe, question mark, which I don't know. In my experience, it feels like the buffers generally are not really that useful unless it's like a 3200 meter, like a 10 Yosho Spring kind of race where it's like, you know, then you need all the stamina that you can get, and then maybe it might be more useful. But generally, in my experience, I feel like the debuffers have not really been that good. So I'm kind of tempted to not go that route. But we'll see how I guess room match testing plays out and how people talk about, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, then and then get a general idea of how everything is. Poor Martron's gonna be flailing about during the race. I guess that's why she doesn't actually use it during the races, because yeah, she'd just be running and then she'd be like, oh, the puppet's like, ah, help me. It's just like it's just all flailing and stuff. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay. I think this one is... That one actually ended up being worse, which is kind of funny. And by funny, I mean unfortunate. Yeah, it makes sense. We didn't get very good on the other stuff here. It's not bad. I think at the end of the day, I kind of just want, in terms of rating, anything just like in the high UAs is something that I want to shoot for. Because as long as we get something like that, ideally we want like a US, I think is really what it comes down to for the CM stuff, but I don't really know if I can be too choosy with that based on my past experiences with some of the trainings here. But we will see about that. Okay. Let me think. We have only been 2 hours, but like I said, I think I want to keep this short compared to yesterday, because yesterday was yesterday was quite the marathon, and I'm still a little bit eepy. I'm scared for when they add more evolve skill uniques. Hopefully it's locked to just one evolve skill at the end. We'll see. I mean, hopefully they don't do anything like a Gentle Donna where it activates twice, because that one is just kind of a little bit crazy. But you never know with how the power scaling works in this game, because they just keep on making it more and more extreme. Oh, very unrelated. I got I mentioned how I got Gold City, the island version, with my selector ticket. I got Helios, this version of Helios with my other ticket. I love the introduction line she does, where it's like that's the first time I've ever seen her talk in like a serious voice. It's like that's a completely different. It's a completely different being. It's like that's not Helios. This is a random person that just got taken over Helios's body or whatever. Like that is not her. That is incorrect. But anyway, that's unrelated. Okay. Who are the other characters? I should remember. I have the other characters that I was going to train. Let me go into my... Because we have Almond Eye. Yeah, right. Almond Eye, Gold City, Wind Variation. Let me train an Almond Eye. My reasoning for that is because I actually still don't have an Almond Eye for my Teen Trials team, and she's still kind of stuck in rank 1 Purgatory, for lack of a better term, in terms of like the affinity. So let's do that so we can get her affinity rated up a little bit more. And this is going to be slightly different because you see now I have different parents to bring in, and I also have different support cards. So now I'm going to be bringing in Teo and Fine Motion. So with that, let's see just how more successful this one can be with good old Eye of Almond and her Eyes of Almond. Yeah, thinking about it, this is only like the second. This is only, I think, the second run I'm going to be doing with Almond Eye. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, there she be. Alright, what do we want to race her in? Let's race her in... I mean, if we're keeping to the tradition of the races, yeah, it should be fillies in the mare turf. I guess we can do fillies in mare turf, sure, why not? Let's keep that tradition going. Because she is a filly / mare. I got Virginia from my guaranteed ticket, and the thing was she was just added because the 5th anniversary increased the character pool. Oh, nice. So happy now I'm just missing Vivlos. There you go. Just gotta get one more of the V sisters, and you're almost there. And you have other opportunities too, because at least with Vivlo, she has the swimsuit version. Although I know there's the whole thing of like, I mean, I guess you can't be picky, but like ideally you probably would want the original costume. Although maybe for meta turns, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just speaking from my experience because like back way early days in the Japanese version, I was missing, which is funny actually because it's the same thing in the English version as well, as I'm missing Teo. I think Teo was the last character I got out of the initial 3-star pool. But I got the anime version first. I didn't get the original version, and there was a little part of me that was like a little bit bummed out by that because it's like I kind of want the original version, like have the original costume in my I guess inventory. So there was a little bit of me that was a little bit disappointed about that. I eventually did get like the original costume, and I think at this point I have every single character's original costume for all the characters that are out right now, for whatever that's worth. But yeah, I think that's probably just me being picky, because yeah, or that's probably just me being a choosy. You know, beggars can't be choosers, because yeah, I think at that point you probably just want to go. You probably just want the character. Yeah, if I'll honestly take Vivlos as long as I can get the 3 sisters together in concerts. Can't be too picky. If anything, I'll just grind for all their casual outfits. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's right. It's just like, as long as you can get one version of them, then it's like, yeah, then you can have her for like concerts and like all the other kind of fun little events that happen around those times. Can't be too choosy. But yeah, I mean, in the back of my mind, there's always like that little thing of, oh, but I kind of want their actual outfit. Also, USA takes another win against Great Britain, 9-1. Ooh, okay, damn. That's, I mean, expected. Very expected. I mean, I think the US is definitely the favorite to win at this point. Them and Japan. But I think US this year, or this time around, US has a much better rotation, so I think they have a much better shot of actually winning it. But you never know. I mean, single elimination games, right? It's like it's tough. You know, anything can happen. So we'll see how that plays out during the knockout stages. But we will see how that goes. They want revenge for 2023. Yeah, exactly. That's why all the star players started signing up for it, right? Because it's like Bryce Harper and Paul Skeens and Scooball and all the other pitchers, because that was their biggest problem last time around, was that they didn't have good pitching. Like, their pitchers were not. I mean, they were okay, but like they were not like top of the league level good. So that was a little bit of a disconnect with that with their rest of their lineup. Kind of similar to Korea, actually. Now that I think about it, with like how Korea also does not have good pitching. But with Korea, at least, it's more so, or with the US, it's more so just like they just didn't, they had them, it's just, they didn't, it's not that they didn't have them, I guess, what's the way to put it? It's like they have the pitchers, they just didn't have them in the team, right? It's just like with Korea, it's like they don't even have, like, even if they wanted to, they couldn't, you know, they don't have any pitchers in between like KBO and all that stuff. So I mean, I know Korea's been embracing like including more foreign-born players. Like there's, I mean, last time around there was Tommy Edman, and then before that there was or not before that, and then now there's like 3, I think, right this year. There's Dane Dunning, there's Shea Whitcomb, Jahmai Jones, which, man, those are some really inspiring names right there. But it's kind of funny seeing some of the teams that are kind of composed of players that, you know, just kind of barely have connections to the countries. Like, you look at something like Israel, where it's like, you know, most of the or like, what's another good example? Like Italy or something like that, where it's like, you know, they have like kind of relation, like some relation, like, oh, their grandma was a citizen, or like, oh, their mother was a citizen of the, or like one of the parents was like lived in the country, and it's like, okay, well, I guess. Or like Great Britain too, because like not a lot, but like good number of the Great Britain players, like Jazz Chisholm, like really, like, I mean, I guess, but also like I wouldn't really consider him British, you know. It's just like, it's kind of interesting. That reminds me of one of my favorite like sports news image like things or whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but like tweets, like news tweets that came out. It's like, I think this was when like Aroldis Chapman was trying to qualify or whatever for the Great Britain team, but he didn't, and then the image was like him and then not British. It's just like, I mean, I know they probably do that just for meme purposes, just so people can be like, oh, look at this funny picture, and then share it and then get engagement from that. But I just think it's funny that you just see a picture of him and then it's just like not British on the bottom of it. Fun times there. This is not good. I'll just do this. Okay, what is this? Guts. Yeah, and I think with the second time, with this being only the second time that I played with Ai, or trained Ai, there's going to be a lot of these kind of events that I didn't get the first time around, so we'll be able to see those. So that would be kind of nice to see that. Although, I say see in like quotes because like I'm not going to actually read them, we're just going to kind of skip through all of it. But we'll see what kind of happens, right? So it's kind of, you know, that, there's something there, I guess. Yeah, like this, see? Like you can watch as she tries on her racing outfit. And then get 20 stamina from that, because my stamina, as per usual, is lagging like nobody's business. Speaking of lagging like nobody's business, I am not doing great on the training here. Other than Yanko's doing really great, everybody else is not so good. It's okay, we still got a lot of turns, but well, that's not what you want to see. Well, Tiddly Biscuits. Why is that? Okay, I'm just gonna have to do. Let's just do that. Want to train I, but my only other speed card is one LB Adovu. Oof. Yeah, that's the conundrum, right? It's like Almond Eye has the trainable character now, but you can't use Almond Eye the support card, so it's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of the same feelings, and I'm sure the people in the EN side are gonna understand this as well. When Kita-san's gonna come out pretty soon. I think she's the next one after whoever's out right now. Is it Ardon that's out right now? But yeah, Kita-san's out next, so it's gonna be kind of funny because people aren't gonna be able to use their Kita-san support cards to train Kita-san. Everybody's gonna be freaking out over that. History repeats itself. Yonko, why? Well, I kind of... You know what, actually... Fuck it. Dreams time. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's try and get fine motion up to speed. She's the last one there. Man, I forgot. I'm pulling Kita-san Black on Global. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, because first anniversary is coming out, or they've been doing a lot of the free gems. They've been giving out the free carrots with the first anniversary, and I love the single pull. It's like it's so generous. Thank you for the one. Thank you for the one pull side games. Glory to side games. Yeah, but it's just kind of funny. At least Kita-san SSR isn't really that helpful in Mant. Yeah, but I mean, it's still pretty good support card for speed, so it's kind of would suck not being able to use it. Honestly, though, I don't get me wrong, I'm also excited for Kita-san, but like I'm more excited for Tannhäuser. A part of me kind of hopes that once she finally becomes trainable, that more people will start to actually understand her character and maybe stop calling her Mambo. But that's a long ways hope. I don't think that's actually gonna happen. But I hope people actually, understand her character in that she is, the underdoggy character, kind of sees herself as normal. But she has some kind of outstanding qualities to her, and she's also very cute. So I love Tannhäuser. Tannhäuser is one of my favorite characters. It's been kind of a shame that she's been kind of reduced to a meme, where people don't even freaking know like her catchphrase or whatever or anything about her. And the other thing about that is I really just love her name, like Tannhäuser. It's such a good name. I'm like really bummed out that people don't really use her name that much. But that's just me ranting on about this. I feel like every stream I talk about like my pet peeve about that. So I'm gonna let's not get into that again. Also, I like Machitan too. She was once my favorite Uma when I first got into Uma. Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because Machitan was, she was like whatever. But once I got to know her, like once I did her scenario, I was like, wow, she's actually really fun. Very cute character. Like all the kind of quirks that she has, it's like, oh, she's adorable. Like little biscuit, little bean right here. Shival's my number 1 and Kita-san's my number 2. That's funny, actually. It's a funny 1-2 combo. Kind of works out, though. Actually, in a way, that is kind of nice, though, because there's obviously going to be a lot of like official art and like promotional stuff with them together from Season 3. And obviously, because they're the same generation, so there's going to be a lot of stuff with them tied together. So it must be nice to have kind of those two favorite characters that you can just kind of have that dynamic, which is kind of nice. But as for me, my 3 favorite characters are completely different. My favorite characters are completely different generations, so it's kind of a little bit harder to say. yeah, Ines, Dansu, and Nature. So it's kind of, but it's all completely different. I mean, Tannhäuser might fit there somewhere in the top 5 or 10. Again, I have to do an updated like tier list slash like sorter to really remember. But off the top of my head, I remember my top 3, but I don't remember anything after that. I just remember them more by like kind of their tier list more than anything. Wait, what am I doing? God, I'm telling you, every time I forget 415. Okay, there we go. I think that's the one I always forget, because it's 415, then 455, then 458, then 858. Ideally. God, I love how Yonko is very much good, but everybody else is not even close. I need to work on that. A lot of my Umas in the top 10 are all related. That's convenient. That must be nice. Teo and McQueen, Gentle Donna is in there with Virginia, Laurel, Brian, Mayano. Yeah, that makes sense. That all kind of relates. Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, it's just like, because I mean, Ines kind of ties with. I mean, she has a lot of ties with a lot of characters. I mean, obviously Ryan's same generation. She has some relations with Daitaku Helios. She's in the Nigegiri sisters with Bourbon, Suzuka, Falco, and Maruzen. So she has like like a few ties to some stuff, but it's kind of loose at that. She doesn't have like a rival, like a true rival for her generation, just because she had to retire so early, unfortunately. So it's kind of that little unfortunate circumstance. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do that. When I get into character, I also tend to learn about the characters to interact with. Yeah, and so that's the thing, right? It's like you tend to. The thing with Umamusume though that I think is really funny is that the friend groups are, since the friend groups are based around generations and like being the same generation, there's like friend groups that are very dissimilar in terms of personalities. Like I'm thinking of like BNW is like a prime example of that, where like if Taishin wasn't tied to like like BNW, like she would hate to be with Winning Ticket. I feel like she would hate Winning Ticket, and to extent Hayahide. So I just think it's really funny that they're so close together. It's kind of similar to like with Jam as well, because like Tachyon, like Takyon's antics, like I feel like Cafe is just like tears her hair out with Takyon's antics. Also, I think I might have just absolutely screwed myself because I really need to get Marshall Lorraine up to speed. I might have to do dreams here. Might have to do dreams. But yeah, I mean, Manhattan Cafe, like, I mean, she pretty much feels like she hates Agnes Tachyon. And then Jungle Pocket's just kind of there. But, I mean, yeah, she also kind of, you know, love-hate relationship with Tachyon as well. And then also, wait, no, I think more than anything, Dansu's there. It's like, I'm Dansu Flame. But, I'm sorry, Jam, the Jam, whatever you want to call it. That quartet. But yeah, it's like it's not that they're, you know, have similar personalities. It's more so that they're just kind of they happen to be in the same groups together, and yet they become close friends or whatever, or at least rivals in an extent. So it doesn't feel like you would really have favorite characters based on groupings in that sense. Whereas with other franchises, maybe it would be the case because they have similar personality. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but it just so happened that Laurel, Brian, and Brain. I'm sorry, Brain. I'm just kidding. I know you meant Brian. Laurel, Brian, and Mayano were the same generation because I liked Brian when I first saw her in season 1, and Mayano when the game released, and I finally read Star Blossom and loved Laurel. Well, yeah, I mean that's. I think it's also just kind of a fun coincidence sometimes with how that works out. Jam, BNW, You know, everybody has to have a fun little acronym. That's how that works. If your grouping doesn't have a fun acronym, then can you really call yourself a grouping? Oh, what the heck? Why'd she cover her almond eyes? Wait, I need to know the context. Why? What was the context of that? I'm actually kind of curious. Not that I probably would be able to read it, but I'm just curious. Oh, it's the migraine. I think this is the migraine thing. Okay, makes sense. I was just curious, like why is she suddenly wearing the sunglasses? I was like, why are you covering the best part of your character? Your eyes, your almond eyes. She has special eyes. Can't wait for the Star Blossom manga to be animated. Same. I'm also really excited for whenever I'm sure they're gonna do it at some point because it's like it's a good story. It's kind of in that same vein as in a way as Teo and McQueen with like all the tragedies that happen. I feel like it would make for a really good drama. So I think it could be a really good story as well to tell. I bet this March Paka Live Dash will announce it. I hope so. Yeah, just because I feel like there's enough content at this point in terms of the chapters for them to be able to announce it. So hopefully we get that announcement, and then also hopefully we get more information about this whole world tour thing, the 7th Live. Because the thing was, they just announced that it's going to be a world tour. They didn't announce any details about it, so I'm curious, like, what that entails. If it actually is a world tour, who knows? Maybe they just say it's a world tour and they're actually not touring the world. It was just kind of thematic thing. That would suck, but who knows until they actually announce the details about it. But no, I don't think they do the bait and switch like that. I highly doubt that's gonna. They do that. That would result in so many people being mad. It's like, oh yeah, it's like you tricked us. It's like, why? You said that you're going to go on a world tour. What is this? So I don't think they're gonna do that. But there's a little bit of me that's pessimistic. That's just like, you know, that could be a thing. Like, I don't know, but hopefully not. Hopefully they actually do have a world tour, and then I can get the tickets for that, and I will be first in line to sign up for it, or maybe in line. I shouldn't say first in line, because there's probably gonna be a lot of other people that are also just getting ready for that. Oh, I screwed myself over. Okay, I've gotten really lucky with these trainings today, honestly. I'm also curious how the new Paka Live Dash will work. I assume it's probably just gonna be Paka Live without the games. It's probably just gonna be them like doing the news stuff. Probably. I mean, that's what it seems like, right? They're just cutting down they're just cutting it down to be more streamlined. Kind of actually just being the just the news and stuff, which for some people is what they're really looking for. Dang, why is Marsh so low rank? Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it. I think it's just the RNG. The RNG is being weird. Everybody else is fine. It's just look at freaking Yonko over here with her S ranking. Meanwhile, Marsh is still not even met the minimum requirement, which is kind of tragic, actually. Yeah, tragic. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, look at it's like Espo and Yonko over here, both S, and then Marsh Lorraine doesn't know what to do, but that's fine because we got dreams for this now. Okay. Yeah, as always, stamina I feel like is always something I feel like I need to catch up on. Ebayon taking the ranks as always. Oh yeah, Ebayon. Just how far can this Nepo baby go, you know? First she gets designed early from side games, then she gets put early into the game, now she's stealing all of our ranks. She's poisoned our water supplies, taken our crops, and oh, I forgot the rest of that quote. Classic SpongeBob. Poison our water supply, taking our crops, and okay, I gotta look this up. I don't remember the next actual quote. Oh, not you. SpongeBob. Ah, here we go. Yeah. He poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered the plague upon our houses. He did? No? But are we just gonna wait around until he does? No! Pop that bubble. Pop that bubble. Pop that bubble. Yes. Man. Yeah, SpongeBob. There's a lot of SpongeBob stuff that just lives rent-free in my head from the amount of times I've watched it as a kid. Ah. Classic old SpongeBob. Also, how is this the first event that I've gotten with Yonko over here? We are very behind on that. Next, she's gonna take over the meta when she becomes a trainee. Yeah, watch when she. It's gonna be funny, like if she somehow does happen to win the Arima Kinen, watch her become like such a meta, because then she'd have the turf ratings as well, and it's just like, man, okay, it's the next meta character, the next Christmas Oguri, right? She's gonna be broken. She absolutely will become broken. I mean, look at her support card being this broken. I mean, just the trainee is just gonna have all gold skills or something. Nah, it's probably not gonna be that bad, but like it's gonna be something. John Umamusume truly is John Umamusume. Also, well, we didn't get that. Okay, 858 was not achieved yet again. That's okay. I do love that during those cutscenes that they all have kind of everybody has their different quirks. Like I did a Oguri run. I remember during that she had 2 cups and she was just drinking out of both of them because of course she was the fatty, affectionate. But it's kind of a nice little touch, you know, to just kind of add some characterization, you know, just to make things a little different. Wow. Okay. I was complaining about. Funny that I was complaining about how she didn't show up until late, but there we go. We just got her last run just like that, easy. That was quick. I remember one run and I had Yonko's first event appear after senior summer, but then her last 2 events appeared back to back, like clutch. Like what just happened right there? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. That's apparently the power of Yonko Ebayan. That's her full name. Yonko Ebayan. It's her legal government name. Let's do this. I know Cheval burns her tongue drinking the New Year's animation. Yeah, right? Like, they all have their different kind of styles. Like, I think, did Jungle Pocket do the chugging of the drink? Or I know Transcend definitely did that. But, like, there's ones that, like chug the drinks. There's one that, like, carefully sip it. There's ones that, like, it's different, right? It's just like, they mix it up. My dad owns side games. Oh, I've seen the memes of that. It's just like, oh, my dad owns side games. If you misbehave, I'm gonna make sure that you only get that you can only get things through pities or whatever. And it's just like, damn, that would be the worst. My dad is John Side Games, and if you talk shit to me, I'm gonna report you to the Side Games Corporation, and you're not gonna get good pulls for the rest of your life. Okay. The horror. The horror. Okay, I think I actually just screwed myself once again. As if this isn't a new development. But once again, I have screwed myself over because... Wait, no, I haven't. Wait, yes, I have. Have I? Yes, maybe? No, I don't know. Sure, let's just do that. Only because I don't have that much energy. And I need to probably start catching up on this one. There we go. Okay, yeah, once again, the stamina. The stamina. You can only get the SSR at pity. Yeah, right. That's the curse of Ebayan Yanko, or Yanko Ebayan, or I don't know, whatever order you want to use it. That reminds me, I need to start taking a look at the upcoming races or upcoming horses for both the USA and Japan Triple Crown races. Hope to see Triple Crown this year. Yeah, that's we'll see. I don't know. I don't really follow real life horse racing as much as I maybe I don't know, probably should is the right word, but like I don't really follow it that much. I only see passing glances of it whenever it gets posted on social media and stuff, but it is kind of interesting kind of being able to see real life history being made and be like, oh, maybe that could be an Umamusume someday. Yeah, I actually messed up here. I'm gonna do a rest, which is crazy, I know, right? Crazy. I only pay attention to G1 races for Japan and USA. Honestly, that's still more than a lot of people, honestly. Or maybe I shouldn't generalize, but that's more than me, for sure. Also Lark. Oh yeah, Lark. I feel like more people are definitely going to pay attention to Lark, especially since they want to see if Japan can finally get a horse to win it, you know? Wouldn't that be... finally get that last camel over the hump or whatever. That's not the right phrase, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, I gotta do dreams here. Okay, let's go... Stamina. I also do need power to go up actually, but in due time. We still have the summer trainings, and then we still have the post-summer trainings. Not gonna lie, I want to see Japan win, but at the same time root for my local American horses. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the thing about the American Triple Crown, it's crazy Oh, I messed up. I actually really messed up. Why? What? Oh well, okay, well whatever. I messed up because I realized that I should have maxed out on the pink. I don't know, why didn't I do that? What am I doing? I'm apparently more tired than I thought I was, and I already knew I was tired, but man, that's a big oof mistake. Oh well. Actually, has a Japanese horse ever won the Kentucky Derby? I'm gonna take a look. I don't think so. I think Forever Young was the closest. Although I could be wrong on that. But I feel like she's probably the closest to... Because she raced in the Kentucky Derby at least, so I remember that, but I don't know if any other has raced beyond that, or before that. But yeah, what I was gonna say was the time between each of the races in the American Triple Crown is kind of frankly pretty crazy. Because they all happened within like kind of like 2 months really, which is really not that much time, so it is kind of really short. No, it's kind of no wonder that there's really that few winners of the Triple Crown when you have to kind of go through all that in such a short amount of time. But there's still been quite a few, so especially of recent note, there's been a few, so it's kind of still pretty noteworthy. Forever Young was the closest getting third. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, U.S. Triple Crown is rough. Yeah, I know. I remember back during the pandemic, like remember they spaced it out like 2020. That feels like that makes more sense, right? It's just like because it was like what kind of similar to how the Japanese Triple Crown was with like one race in 1 month and then the next month and then it doesn't happen until like September or whatever. Like that makes sense. I don't really know what the big deal is with stuffing everything in like one time. or like in such a short period of time. But I don't know. I guess it's tradition. You know, you can't ruin tradition. And that's the same reason why we still have freaking daylight savings. Which, oh my god, oh shoot, I forgot we're having daylight savings tomorrow. Okay, another reason why I need to sleep early, because we're losing an hour's sleep. Wonderful. I love this for us. I don't know why we don't abolish. Why do we still have? I don't know why we as a country still have daylight savings. It's so stupid. I don't understand it. And apparently a lot of people don't either. Well, that's not what you want to see. Let's see. What we do want to see is good trainings, which unfortunately are not really happening here. Okay, well, let's see how this ends up, but I mean, obviously I don't think this is going to be the run, but at least this gives me a good idea of what to kind of fine tune and what to kind of train moving forward, which is definitely going to be good. There could have been a Triple Crown last year, but the owner didn't race in one of the races in favor of the horse's health, but he did win the other two. I think I remember hearing something about that, yeah, because it was like, yeah, because the races are so close and like the horse wasn't really in tip-top condition, that it's just like, I don't want to risk it, let's just skip this one, and then they did the other one and won that, so it's like, what could have been? Another example of why it's like, why? Like, why would you do this? But decisions. Which one do we go for here? If I do this, this is straight up gonna max out speed, which is gonna be a bit too soon for that. Stamina. Just so I can get the guts up a little bit higher. Not that it really matters, but would like to try and get that kind of close to that 1200 mark. Hey, look, Santa Anita, I've been there. Okay, time to race in the BC Philly and the Mare Turf. Am I racing with somebody else? Nope. It's all by myself. Marsh, nice. And Yanko Ebayan, nice. And Eye of Almond. That's correct, your name is Almond Eye, and you won in the race with your almond eyes, with your special eyes. Your special eyes. Okay. Gonna be interesting if a Japanese horse wins the American Triple Crown. I wonder... Yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, maybe not the whole Triple Crown, but like at least like the Kentucky Derby, right? Because I mean, that's probably by far the most prestigious one. Be kind of interesting to see if there could be like one that wins it, because the thing with, I mean, right, like dirt racing in Japan is kind of the less prestigious compared to turf stuff, whereas kind of the inverse in America, which is kind of interesting. But there's still been some good dirt horses. I mean, Forever Young, obviously, but like even before then, there's been other ones. So there's some history, but I do wonder if there's going to be more of a push to get some of those good dirt horses to start racing in some of those races, try and win those. It'd be kind of interesting to see. You know, they've already got the Breeders' Cup. Still trying to get for the Lark, but maybe we can get a Kentucky Derby along with that. America's Majority Dirt Mile. Yeah, I remember the races I watched when I was at Santa Anita were all dirt races, and they're mostly just kind of mile, if not kind of close to that length. So it seems like that's kind of the general way that the races go. Okay. All right. Let's do one last this, and then these two. Okay. All right, let's see how these eyes operated. Got UA3. Feel like we've just been getting UA3 and UA4. It's was very consistent. Honestly, that's better than what I've been getting for what I was getting for the onsen scenario. So I'm still pretty okay with that. But yeah, there we go. A perfect almond eye for my team trials team. Actually, though, let me see, because I still need to. I still have not. These are a lot of these are still from the previous scenario, so I need to refresh a lot of these. But I guess I can replace her with Jordan. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Then we can do that. Oh man, my rank went down. Probably because I think Jordan had like an S rating or whatever in something. Okay. Well, let me do these races real quick so I can get Almond Eye up to. I think she was pretty close to rank 3, Affection rank 3, so I can get that part of the story. We'll do that, and then I think I might just call it a day. I know that's pretty short, but like I said, I did not get that much sleep, and we're gonna be losing in an hour anyway. So, and I lost all my races, nice. And yeah, I probably need to wake up early tomorrow for stuff. So, or probably maybe, but probably wanna get as much sleep as I can before getting back into the swing of things. So, we'll probably just sign off after this. After whatever happens here with this shenanigans. I still don't know how to feel about her alternate outfit. It really does remind me of Vivlos' outfit for whatever reason. Her alternate outfit, kind of same vibes in a way. It'd be cool once Umamusume gets bigger, we can have an international like scenario where we can pick our own races anywhere in the world. That would be interesting. Yeah, we can do like oh, you want to do Kentucky Derby? Do you want to do like the Dubai Cup, like the all the kind of cups there? That would be pretty awesome. She's so mad about losing. Trying to. Oh, okay, I see. I was like, what is this revenge that we're speaking of? Is this gonna be a whole thing where it's like, oh, I didn't get 100 in this. Okay, I'm gonna skip this a little bit. Just to see if she gets angry again. Are you gonna try and win in the collab cafe? Oh, I can see how she's gonna try and. 2015 generation horses had it rough. Yeah, man, it really goes back to like it's like one of those things where it's like sometimes it's all down to luck. Like you look at you look at horses like Wind Variation, who had to face like Orphe and like Gold Chip and all those, and Gentle Donna and all these other horses from her generation. And she was strong in her own right, but because of that, she'd never won a single G1 race. And it's like, if she was born in a different generation, who would have known? All comes down to timing sometimes. Duramente ruled the classic races until his injury, then Kita-san picked up the mantle, winning G1 after G1, and then once Kita-san retired, Almond Eye appeared. Yeah, it's just like, right? It's just like, man, you really can't catch a break. Yeah. Is it a character or something? Probably, yeah. Oh no, an arcade. Arcade, this can only mean one thing. Oh, she's gonna try for the crane game here, uh-oh. Oh my god, it's the exact same. The exact same, sound effects as the crane game. Man, look at this winner, always winning everything. Save some wins for the rest of us. Yeah, that's correct. 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, I see, and then she comes back to try and do the... Okay. Hmm.
バタフライフィッシュの体の線は一体何本？表と裏、長い線と短い線に分けて。さすがは最終問題。そんなのじっくり見ていないとわからないわ。
Oh no, is she going to be able to solve this question? This trivia question? Oh wait, was I the one who answered? I probably,
最近知ったばかりだとおっしゃっていたのによくわかりましたね。すごいわ、トレーナー。
Yeah, you're welcome. Apparently I know a lot about this character that I'm also just not really picking up a lot of the story, but like, yeah, I did it, hooray. Also, this is a lot longer. Is it just me, or is this a lot longer than the usual character stories? Or maybe this is usually how it is nowadays. I'm probably just I'm more used to the, because I usually skip these character stories. I'm more used to the ones on the EN side of things where I can actually read them. And those ones don't feel like they're as long, but also, hello, uh-oh. Did my VPN lose connection? Oh, it did. Okay, hold on. That's really hilarious, actually. Hold on. I was just about to end, too. Hold on, BRB. Why would you do such a thing? Connecting my ass. Okay. Let me try my backup VPN. I mean, I'm gonna end in like a few minutes anyway, but like, I don't want to end on that note. There we go. Okay, we should be good now. Oh, whoops. Well, there's my VPN. Come on. 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 I know you're connected. Come on. Come on. There we go. Only took a couple of clicks. Yay, 50 joules, I did it. 50 joule carats. Definitely feels a bit long. Probably, I don't know, maybe it was just that one. To be honest, the only stories I read were Tail, McQueen, and Chuval. I tried to read any of the new characters that come out. I try to read their stories just so I can get a better understanding of their character a little bit. Like with Ardon and like Chiono and all that. It's kind of interesting just to kind of get a better understanding of what their actual character is supposed. I mean, I know their character obviously, but it's just like, you know, how the game kind of what direction the game takes their stories, because it could go in different ways depending on what they talk about and what they focus on and stuff. But with that, you know, overall not too shabby. I wasn't expecting too much. Honestly, I was honestly expecting like a little bit better, but this is still decent enough. Like, it's a good start. I think gonna have to fine-tune things a little bit, but this is at least a decent start, and we still have a little bit of time before the CM starts, so I think we should be good there. But yeah, I'm gonna end things off with that, and gonna sign things off, but yeah, hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll see what I stream tomorrow. I'm still yet to decide on that. Usually tomorrow's my like variety hour stream. I guess for those of you who, I guess I should have also said this during when the raid happened, but for those of you who are kind of new, usually I stream on the weekends. Usually I start like 6 p.m. Pacific. Friday I've kind of transformed into my like kind of long series playthrough stuff. So I'm thinking of playing like a Super Mario game, whether that be Galaxy, 64, Sunshine. I'm still debating on that. Today obviously is like my Uma day, and Sunday is kind of my variety stream. I play whatever the heck I want to play, and then sometimes I stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays depending on my mood. But usually that's more of a 50-50. But that's usually my schedule. But I'm usually kind of a little bit more, played by ear sort of thing. But with that being said, hope to see you all tomorrow for whatever happens. I'll post about what actual game we play then. But till next time, this has been Chino the Penguin. Thanks all so much for watching. Thanks for the raids. And yeah, hope y'all have a good rest of your Saturday or whatever day and time it may be. And as always, stay frosty, my friends. Thank you.